wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast. Yo, don't get her pissed. It's Jason. Talks like a spaz. And they love to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
All right, here we go. Welcome to the Monday KVJ Show. Hello, everybody.
Good morning.
Doing?
Good morning.
Yeah. Everybody have a great weekend?
Yes.
Okay.
I
That's
am
good.
fresh as a daisy this morning.
Oh, you are? Well rested?
I was supposed to go to a fancy wine dinner last night, but all my dates canceled, and so I wasn't going to go by myself. And so I think it worked out for the best, because if I'd have gone to that wine dinner, I'd have been up drinking wine all night.
All these dudes be hitting on you. You have to say, I got a ring.
That doesn't really happen so much anymore, but thanks.
Nice try, huh?
Yeah, maybe 15 years ago.
Okay. All right.
So, no wine for me. I stayed home with the kids, which was probably the best thing.
Okay. All
Okay,
right.
so we have an energetic Virginia today, which does not bode well for the bird.
No, it doesn't.
Drank one of them Celsiuses, and I am ready to go.
Oh, okay. So you even got energy, too.
Yes.
All right. Wow.
That's better when you say I drank a Celsius compared to I just drank 3-4 Locos. The Celsius is nothing.
Yeah, you can handle that.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a better decision.
Okay. All right. Well, I know we got lots of stuff to talk about everybody's weekend coming up here. We'll get to all that stuff coming up on your Monday KVJ show.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you thinking about today, Bird?
Well, I got into this special on Netflix. I'm wondering if anyone else from KVJ Nation or y'all started watching it. It was about the swatting. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
Where people call in, you know, they'll say, hey, there's something going on at this house. Virginia's got drugs and she's holding somebody hostage. You're not going to believe it. I see her. She's got somebody in her arms right now. They're able to convince the law that something is going down at either a house or during an event. And then the SWAT team goes in there and pulls people out, arrests them. It causes mayhem for that person.
Damn.
Yeah, and I didn't realize how prevalent it was or what a big deal it was. But that's really all it takes is a convincing phone call to law enforcement or to anybody of authority. And I know that because someone did it to me with the HOA. They made a false claim when I lived at the townhouse. They made a lie up to the HOA, and the HOA just took it at face value, called me as if I really had done it. And then I had to tell the HOA, no, that's not true. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I think with the police one, though, when they call it into 911, can't they figure out where the call came from?
No, not always. If you're calling from a cell phone, and the way this one dude was doing it, he was a professional swatter.
Damn.
He would have
professional swatter.
He was. You would love this documentary, Virginia. It's really good.
All right.
Yeah, he did it in a way where they couldn't trace him right away. He was getting all this notoriety behind the scenes, and he started taunting the police on Twitter.
Damn.
Like everyone's got to do.
Okay.
And they traced him eventually. But it ends up where somebody gave the dude the wrong address and someone ends up dying. It's crazy, Virginia. It's a really good it's all true, too.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they do it a lot of times to celebrities, or if you're watching a gaming event and it's live, you'll see everyone get up during the gaming event. We got to clear it out. We have a security problem.
Wow.
And they get off on doing it.
Huh.
You can get
That's
into
twisted, man.
major trouble too. Yeah, this swatter was calling bomb threats into schools.
Damn.
Yeah, people.
Did they catch him?
They did. Well, that's the guy that they end up catching him.
Good.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. It's on Netflix. It's trending in the top 10. You'll see it.
All right. So it's just right there. Is it called swatting, or it has something about swatting in the title?
It's called something like Lies, Internet, and Death.
Okay.
You'll notice it right away when you see it.
All my favorite things.
I just didn't realize it was such a thing, this swatting.
I didn't either.
I've heard about it a lot. It seems like it is something that happens in Los Angeles. I don't know that I've really heard about it here in South Florida.
Well, that was just it. This one dude was doing it all over the country.
I've heard about it happening to celebrities where people just like they call it in and then they sit there and wait with the video to film it all going down and like
The one dude was watching the news and said, "I bet you any money I can get that news station." And he got the news station.
Got him.
Yeah, he said there was a bomb at the news place.
Wow.
Just kind of a sport for them.
Yeah, okay. Jilly Vanilli in the chat room. Web of make-believe, death lies, and the internet.
Simple title.
Very easy to remember.
No wonder you couldn't remember it.
No kidding.
It's like 3 paragraphs long.
Dude, I can't remember anything.
We couldn't edit that bitch down. Thanks.
What you got in your mind today, Virginia?
Well, you know, summertime, trying to keep these kids occupied and giving them something to do. I am going to be taking little Rocco with his little friend Gigi. We're going to go check out the new Lightyear movie. And even though I've heard that it's not the best Toy Story movie out of all of them, it's better than being at home with your kid, hearing your kid go, I'm bored. So every week now, I'm going to have to give Rocco things to look forward to. Today, we're going to see the Lightyear movie.
Okay. Now, will Rocco want snacks?
Oh, yeah.
What is it, Rocco? Get popcorn?
Well, I was raised by Big Linda, and we smuggle snacks in my purse.
I mean, my mom made me do that, too.
It is so much cheaper because, okay, when you go to the movies, they want like $4 for a Twizzler. $4. That same Twizzler, I can go to the dollar store and get it for $1.
My mom, if we ever did go to the movies, we would go to the grocery store right before and just stack up on snacks and throw them in her purse.
Yeah.
I mean...
That's the way to do it.
Well, no one's checking your purse at the movie theater.
No. There's not even really a ticket booth anymore. I don't know if you've been recently, but there's not a lot of security. They have way less employees than they used to. Back in the day, they had like people watching you, it felt like. And so Big Linda had you doing like a covert mission. Now there's literally one person that scans your phone when you walk in, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's the last employee you see.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy because they used to have people you would have somebody would give you your ticket, and then they'd have somebody right outside of the theater that would tear your
Take
ticket.
it? Yeah. Not anymore.
No.
Not that I'm condoning this. Easier or harder to sneak into different movies after you watch the original?
Easier.
Back in the day, it seemed like it was pretty easy.
You're going to have to sit all the way in the front, and you're going to have to go to a movie that's not new. You can't sneak into a new movie now because you reserve your seat online.
Again, not condoning it, just asking the question as a journalist here.
You got to look online. And you got to see which seats haven't been sold.
See,
because it shows right up until movie time which seats are still open.
Yeah.
And then you can sneak into the movie and sit in those seats. But if it's a new movie, like, you know, we went to the Elvis movie this weekend, every seat was sold out in the whole damn theater.
every theater's like that now, huh?
Okay.
I know Jupiter and the one downtown at the Gardens are both like that.
Yeah, I go to typically the one that is at the Square downtown West Palm Beach, and most times the most recent movie I went to was Top Gun, and there were many seats still open. So it would have been very easy to just walk right in, pick 2 seats or whatever, how many people were in your party, and sit down.
Yeah, you can still walk up and get tickets. Not
this weekend for the Elvis movie.
That crazy, huh?
Yeah, it was nutty. And they have 2 sides in Jupiter. They have the Sinopolis. There's a luxury side. It's like fancy, and you get a waitress, and you get a meal, and all that. That was completely sold out. And then they have the basic side, which is still pretty nice. There was only like about 5 seats left when Mags bought the tickets on Sunday morning for Sunday night.
What's your Rotten Tomatoes score for the movie?
Elvis?
Yeah.
I would give it a solid 8.5.
Hanks brought it?
Really?
Hanks was kind of yucky, but everything else was awesome.
Hanks was yucky?
The character he played in the movie was Colonel Tom Parker.
Yeah.
He was kind of gross.
Well, I know, but how did Tom play that character?
Oh, he played it great.
Oh, okay.
Dude.
I didn't like him.
It sounded like Tom Hanks was terrible in the movie.
Yeah, you're just as bad as people on Twitter. That he nailed the role then. If he came off gross and he's supposed to be.
He nailed the role, but I just didn't like the character.
That's why I can't let Virginia review movies.
No.
Tom Hanks was terrible. Oh my gosh, you hear Tom Hanks is terrible in the new Elvis movie?
He's really slipping.
Tom's like, wait a minute, I thought I did a great job.
No, you were too realistic.
Yeah, no, I didn't like it at all. That
You were
guy's not
too
likable.
gross.
Yeah, you're gross. Okay, what I got on my mind here is flying. I got some airline tickets. I got a book coming up, and I've been hearing lots of stuff about how difficult it is to get to your destination on time.
I've been hearing that too. Flights getting canceled, bump back, people having to sleep in the airport.
Yes.
No rental cars.
Oh my gosh, it just seems like a nightmare. So if you've got to book a trip coming up, here's a couple hacks that I saw on Facebook from a flight attendant. Her 4 points. Drive if your destination is less than 7 hours away. Now, that's tough in South Florida because unless you're only going to Tampa or Jacksonville, then we don't have a lot of options here.
Everything's far.
Everything's far when you're in South Florida. 2, leave a day earlier than you need to. This flight attendant was talking about seeing people crying that have missed weddings and things that can't be moved, graduations, and those kind of things where the date is going down, the event is happening, whether you're there or not. You think about if you have a family vacation to Disney, well, that's flexible to some extent, but graduation or a wedding is not.
You know, there's some people that get stuck at the airport for a wedding, and they go, I'm kind of happy this is going on.
Yeah. I'd rather
All
be
the
at the bar here.
husbands.
I'll just chill at the bar.
Yeah, it's all good for me. Point 3, fly the first flight in the morning so you have all day to be rebooked if necessary.
That's a good one. The first flight is usually on time.
Yeah.
Provided there's enough of a flight crew.
No doubt. And schedule layovers with a 3-hour minimum because 1 hour is not enough anymore. Wow. That's the recommendations.
That's making me nervous because I have a flight coming up and I have exactly a 50 minute layover.
Yeah, you're just going to have to hope that everything goes off perfectly,
But
I guess.
you know what, though? You're a roamer. You can adapt. I've seen you.
I can navigate the airport really quick.
You'll turn it into a fun little trip.
Yeah, if I get stuck somewhere, I honestly don't care.
I've seen it happen. I've seen her party of one tear up an entire city. Not a town, a city, a big city.
It's
Yeah.
fun.
She can do it. No doubt, she can do it. All right, coming up here in a couple minutes, Virginia gave you her review of Elvis Suits. He's got his own movie review that he's going to be knocking down. He does a classic, though, from the eyes of Gen Z. We'll see what he's got to say coming up. And at the box office over the weekend, your Elvis movie was big, but so was Top Gun.
Wow, still.
Yeah. In fact, it tied Elvis for the top spot at the U.S. box office, and your Jurassic movie's fallen off.
Yeah.
I think pretty much everybody agrees that was kind of a stink bomb.
Dinosaurs are over, y'all. They're literally extinct.
Yes. So what has Suits got to say about his movie? We'll get to that. And Top Gun Maverick, too, money-wise, hit the $1 billion mark
Wow.
over the weekend globally.
It's his biggest movie.
It's his biggest movie, already has been. It's just continuing to grow. And I think the interesting thing about it is it's realistically going to be the top grossing movie of the entire summer. If you didn't get the instructions, hold her hand. That's what she wants you to do. Hold her hand.
Yeah, we got it like 8,000 times. All right.
Hold my hand, 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 hold my hand.
Turn down the radio. Turn down the radio.
We heard from the Kevins.
There's multiples.
Y'all couldn't think of any other words?
They couldn't edit it down. Oh, sorry. Don't support the music. All right, here we go.
Support good music.
I hear you.
All right, well, that is the big song from the Top Gun Maverick soundtrack. Likely going to be the movie of the summer. I don't know that I see another movie dethroning it. Thor could.
It could. You're right.
Could. But, I mean, it's got a nice head start. $1 billion is what Top Gun Maverick is up to. You also have that Jordan Peele movie, Nope. Those movies do well, but are they mass appeal?
It won't win this summer, but it'll do well.
Yeah. And you also got a DC League of Super Pets coming up at the end of July. So that's what you have to look forward to here before the end of the summer at the box office. Suits, though, looks at a movie classic, and on Mondays he gives us the thoughts of Gen Z. Did it age well? Is it truly a classic, or is it just something you're holding on to because of nostalgia? Suits, what movie did you watch over the weekend?
So this actually started from a conversation last Monday, the movie Fear that we talked about on air.
Oh.
So watch that one over the weekend. That's a pretty twisted movie toward the end. I mean, it goes from 0 to 60 right about halfway when Mark Wahlberg finally loses it.
Yes.
And it's a pretty intense movie. I ended up enjoying it. You know, I don't know if it's a movie that I'm going to go out of my way to watch again, but I really did enjoy the movie. It was just a solid, decent movie that I was like, all right, that was good. I'm glad I watched it. Now
He's
I'm
a
good.
psycho, right?
He's a psycho in that.
It is one of those movies, if you take out Mark Wahlberg, that is not that good of a movie anymore.
Yeah, he makes it.
He makes the movie.
The entire movie, he carries it.
He makes you think he might be psycho. I mean, that was a good acting job.
From the beginning, he's pretty, I mean, even when he's being nice, you can see, like, this guy seems unhinged.
Yeah, he had a quiet crazy.
Yeah, the way he whispered too much. He had a crazy whisper going on.
Do you know who does that on the show a lot? Virginia.
I haven't noticed.
She whispers a lot. She tries
Crazy people whisper.
Again, I'm noticing this trend.
Suits Rotten Tomato score?
I give it an 80. You know, it was a solid movie. I enjoyed it. I don't know that I'd go back and really watch it again, go out of my way to watch it, but I was like, all right, that was a good ride.
Okay.
I don't think you've seen it before, have you, Kev?
No, I never have. I don't really watch if it's kind of scary or the too intense thrillers. Anything that kind of just makes you pucker, I don't usually watch.
It's a thriller, not a horror.
Yeah, I'd say so.
But I would say
I gotta watch some I definitely don't do horror, and some thriller. I'm like, how thrilling? If it's on it's extremely thrilling. I'll pass.
the pucker level is
If you pucker too much, I'm like, nah. Kev don't need puckering in his life. I pucker enough. I'm gonna stay away. Well, we often talk about things that happen in movies that never just really ever happen in real life, unfortunately. But, it's kind of the other way around, too. There's just some things that happen in real life that they never really seem to ever touch in the movies. Like, for instance, you ever notice nobody really ever drives around for a long period of time trying to find that great parking spot?
they just find it.
It's just right there, and it's always right at the front of the store. And it's just, the parking lot could be packed, and there's just one spot that's right open, and they just pull right in, and everything's so great.
Nobody ever casually bangs into a table and then continues to talk. If you fall into a table, that's the moment of the scene. But they never have a random, I hit a coffee table, and then, and they continue to talk.
It kind of derails the conversation, takes you a second to regroup.
Yeah, just slightly, then you're back on that. They never show that.
Yeah. Another thing I've noticed is even if they're in a crowded bar or a dance club, they can talk to each other perfectly well. There's no screaming. There's no I can't. What do you say? I have no idea what you're saying.
Or if we're at a big crowded bar and there's a band playing, but I have a really important announcement. I just stand up on a stool. Guys, I have something to say. And then the band stops.
The whole bar gets quiet.
Yeah. They really want to hear what I got to say.
That would never happen.
Never. Yeah. You often don't see these awkward conversations. In fact, if anything, there's a couple shows or movies that I've seen where the dialogue's just too clean and too snappy, and it's too perfect.
It's like the Gilmore Girls.
I'm like, no one ever talks like this.
Very quippy back and forth.
Oh, it's just unreal. There's a show on Showtime called Billions that I was watching, and that was the one thing. At first, I admired just how smart these people sounded and how quippy and great they were, and then I'm like, I don't care if you're from Harvard, Princeton, whatever Ivy League you're from. Nobody ever talks like this.
That's how I felt about the HBO show we like. The one about the family, and they're in the media. And it's the brothers.
Succession?
I really love that show.
Right.
But the brother and sister are so quippy.
Too quippy, and it's too perfect.
Yes.
Normally what happens is you try to tell a joke and you fumble over it, or you try to cut somebody down. It just doesn't come out right. It doesn't happen in the movies or in TV shows. Years and years of nothing interesting ever happening. Damn. Yeah, they don't really ever do that, but welcome to your life.
Oh, that's depressing.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Bad hair. That is the one thing that does strike me a lot of times in movies is just how they go through situations and they still look so pristine. I remember, I think it was in the movie The Mummy, and I can't remember the name of the lead female in that, but I just remember she went through a sandstorm and comes out the other side with her hair perfect, makeup is fine.
You're like, all right.
I was like, you went through a damn sandstorm.
Look here, hooker. We know this ain't real.
What? Come on now. Other things that happen in real life that never happens in the movie. Someone interrupts his sentence to sneeze and continues after a quick bless you from the other party.
Yeah.
Those little conversational hiccups just never happen. They don't write those in. They want all the dialogue to be so clean. And hiccups, too. Can you imagine if somebody just randomly got the hiccups for a couple of minutes? It would derail a conversation, but they don't do that. So just a couple of fun things. If you watch movies over the weekend, you know what we're talking about. Friday's going to be a big party. Big plans. Jaybird had this date that was set up that we had got all the way back when we did the Great 48 years ago to raise money for hurricane relief in the Bahamas. Somebody had put a bid down with some good money for the Bahamas to go on a date with Jaybird. Then COVID hit and pandemic and everything else, and it's taking a while to sort that out, but it's going to go down on Friday. It's going to turn into a nice little party where Denny's going to go along. He's going to go to Jaybird's house. Virginia was going to join in. So it's kind of a little bit of a KVJ group date that was going to happen, but apparently there was a little bit of drama that kind of derailed at least the beginning of it.
Well, I was ready to just have. I mean, I was in such a fun, spirited mood. Music is blasting, and I'm looking at my phone, and Denny's is kind of running a little late. So I don't think Denny's and his wife Jen's going to make it over, which is all good, you know.
For the pregame.
For the pregame, yeah, for the pregame. That's where that's where a lot of the fun happens.
Yeah.
And then I noticed Virginia's telling me she's on her way. So I go outside. She's not out there yet. And then I go back in for a couple minutes to talk to my brother. And then Virginia busts in my door. Jaybird, I'm out in the parking lot. Where are you? Like really panicked. I go, oh no. This is not the kind of Virginia energy I want on party Friday.
Yeah.
Something's off with her, Kev.
Yeah.
So I think she's mad at me.
No.
But I really didn't do anything wrong. So that's why I'm just going, you know what, Bird, just, shut up for 2 miles. Don't say anything for 2 miles. Let the radio do the talking and let it all set in. So I kind of start talking with Virginia, and I can tell there's something on her mind.
But I didn't want to talk about it because we're going to happy hour. I mean, who wants to...
But you're not happy.
I am the opposite of happy.
So I now still think she's mad at me for some reason because she did barge in kind of with an attitude. Like, Jaybird, what's going on? I'm like, oh, crap. I think I just got scolded. Right in front of my brother, too. I got scolded. So I'm in the car going, man, I mean, it's not like I'm late. I'm ready for everybody.
Right.
It wasn't you.
No. So I'm trying to keep the mood light at this point.
You got yelled at, but you did nothing wrong.
I'm just trying to keep it
Sounds
light.
like fun.
Just trying to keep it light. Denny's and Jen is going to meet us at the event now at the restaurant.
They're driving separate.
So I think we hit a bridge. Didn't we hit a...
We did. So the bridge was up at PGA, and it kind of stopped everything.
Well, you
because
can't...
I was like, forward momentum, not going to talk about it, not going to tell Jaybird why I've been crying, not going to even address it.
Well, at least if she's driving, she's concentrating on driving. I can fake text or look like I'm faking on the phone doing something because she's in a mood.
She's in a mood.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Big time. And I can feel it. Oh, my God.
I'm not a good actress.
So we're just standing still at this bridge. I'm like, all right, well, let me go attempt a conversation here. So I start talking, and I go, so how's everything going? I think I even asked how how's Rocco?
You did. You asked how Mags is, and that's what I was all upset about, and then I just couldn't hold it in anymore.
And then the witch starts bawling, crying, as we are stuck at this bridge, and she is... I mean, I've known Virginia for almost 19 years. I've never seen her cry like this. So, I now know something is going on, and I got to turn into Comfort Bird.
Yeah. Okay.
Which you did a great job. You really did. You really talked me off a ledge, and you made happy hour happy.
I had such a great whiskey buzz, and then it was. By the time the bridge let back down, we were driving. I was sober again.
So cold.
Oh my God.
All gone.
I'll let you take the floor because she was really upset, and I'm trying to I'm trying to follow what she's talking about.
So Mags was going on Friday. She did go on Friday at noon to get her wisdom teeth out, all 4 teeth out. And, she picked this doctor because some of her friends went to this doctor and she really liked this doctor. But I never really connected that well with him. And I kind of I didn't really love him, but she loved him. And I was like, Mags, I don't know.
He's the cool doctor everybody's going to, Ma.
Right. That's what it was. Like, all my friends went, so I want to go. But look, here's my take. When you're going in for any kind of surgery with any kind of surgeon, you need to have a level of comfort with him to where you don't have any kind of concerns. And I just didn't have that. He didn't make me feel good. I wasn't happy with our exchanges, and we had multiple exchanges, and I was actually the opposite. I just didn't get a good vibe.
Okay.
And so we get to the place for the tooth extraction. I am super nervous.
This is hours before the date and all that.
This is at noon. We get there, and I'm upset. Mags is upset, and the doctor doesn't even come and talk to us before he does the extractions. I go back there with her. We don't get to speak to him ahead of time. All I get to speak to is the nurse, and I grab the nurse, and I tell her, look, this is a very fragile, easy to injure child. She's like a baby newborn calf. Please be careful with her. Please, please, please. Because Mags is very accident prone. Like, if it can go wrong, it goes wrong. Like, I just had a bad feeling. And so I wanted to see the doctor. I did not get to see the doctor. They just shuffled her back there. They would not let me go with her back there. And so I'm just sitting in the waiting room, and I'm nervous. I'm pissed. I'm just all the things. And then after she has the extraction, it didn't take long. They brought me back there. They're like, okay, she had been under. So she's laying out and she's real groggy. And they're like, just sit here and wait for, the anesthesia to wear off. And then the surgeon will come in and speak to you and let you know how it went and all that. I'm like, all right. So we're sitting, we're waiting. She wakes up a little bit. She wants to leave. I'm like, we can't leave because he hasn't come in here yet. But he's slammed busy. So I got the eagle eye. I'm counting. He's got 9 patients that he's doing extractions of. He's got
It's like an assembly line.
It's like an assembly line. I mean, he's working them through, and my tab was $1,300.
Oh, he's bringing it in.
So I can only imagine, how much he made in that few hour window that I was there. Mm-hmm. But I'm just thinking, man, there's so many people here. He's so busy. He's got to be going fast. Like, it's not the experience I wanted.
Okay.
I just don't like the cattle call experience. I just don't like it. Not when it comes to my baby girl, and not when it comes to surgery. I just don't like it. So he finally comes back, and he's like, yeah, we were taking out the teeth, and we hit a nerve.
Oh, my gosh.
And I'm like, well, what does that mean? And immediately he was super defensive because I started asking questions.
They hit a nerve.
What does that mean? And
that doesn't sound good.
He's like, well, it wasn't through any fault of mine. Like, he quickly got defensive about, it wasn't about me. It wasn't
it's
about
the nerve's fault?
It was the nerve's fault. Yeah, I'm like, well, was it her fault? Like, whose fault was it that you hit a nerve? Like,
what?
I guess it happens. So, and he was like, look, I'm on top of the regular medicine that I'm prescribing.
Yeah.
I'm also going to give you this prednisone, which is a steroid, which I know helps healing faster, which I was happy. Okay, give us the prednisone, give us the amoxicillin, give us the pain pills, and give us all the pain pills, please, because she's going to need it. She's obviously going to be in pain. And I start looking on the internet. So she's groggy, so we don't leave just then. I look on the internet. I'm like, what happens when you hit a nerve during wisdom teeth extraction? Mm-hmm. Oh, my gosh. I start reading all the stuff on the internet.
Oh, boy, yeah.
Kevin.
There's so many people that have lost permanent feeling in the bottom of the half of their face after a nerve has been hit.
Oh, my gosh.
During wisdom teeth extraction. So I am freaking out reading the internet.
So we're literally 20 seconds of about to go in for this date, this thing we're doing.
Yeah.
And this is Virginia. She may never have you ever live again. There's gonna be no feeling. I'm like, calm down, Virginia. We don't know that. It's going to be okay. No.
We need to go with the worst case scenario and dwell on that one.
There was so much going on and so many tears.
Panic first, get information later.
Right. That's the way to do it.
I wasn't able to decipher what Virginia read from the internet, what the doctor had told her. So I'm walking in to our thing thinking, well, the doctor told her Mags is probably going to have nerve damage in her lip. So the whole time, the first 30 minutes of the date, I'm going, is Mags' lip paralyzed? Like, what's happening? Virginia's crying. I can feel Virginia's tears on my arm. And we are walking in, meeting Sarah, who placed the bid.
Yes.
Hey, nice to meet you, Sarah. How's it going? Because Virginia's wiping away her tears.
I left my sunglasses on because I didn't want to look obvious, but I was a mess.
Okay, so what is Mag's status today?
So today she got her feeling back in her lip.
Okay, so
It came back.
okay.
Yes.
Now, did the doctor or did the nurse, did they say that this could happen to Mags about the whole numbing, or is that just you reading the internet? When they said it was going to be permanently damaged.
They didn't say anything about any permanent damage. No, they just said that, look, she may have a little longer numb than normal, but here's the prednisone. The prednisone will help with the healing. It'll speed that process up, and the feeling will come back. And in most cases, the feeling does come back. And I did say that on the internet. But you know me, if there's just one case where there's like a paralyzed, numb lip for life, that's the one I'm going to hold on to.
Well, it's 9:30 after the event. I am drunkenly on my internet searching lip problems, numbness. I'm trying to send Virginia information. Go, no, look, the stats are saying she's gonna be okay.
Yeah, somebody just texted in and said that 10 years ago I had the same issue and my bottom left lip doesn't have feeling. She said it's not bad, but it's annoying.
She still doesn't have it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the thing. Like, it does happen. And Panda told me that he knew somebody that it happened to, that they had their wisdom teeth taken out, they hit a nerve, never had feeling again in their bottom lip, and then that's what I kept in my head. Like, I didn't realize it was such a prevalent thing.
Well, just imagine where I was mentally, because it's about 5:30 at this point, and I am pre-gaming, I'm jamming, I'm playing music.
Everything's going great. It's going to be Friday night.
I'm in a state of just let's have some fun.
Yeah.
And then
here comes Hurricane Virginia.
Crud falls.
Yeah.
I didn't see it coming, Kevin.
You got bum rushed.
But everything worked out good.
You got dry gulched.
Everything worked out good. Does she go back?
What?
Does she go back to this dentist now?
I don't think we go back, because I think when it's done, it's done. I mean, he sewed her up, and they didn't talk about a follow-up.
Procedure's over, yeah.
Procedure's over. As long as we don't have any issues, I think the procedure's over.
So how was the date overall? Was it
great?
great?
It was fun. Yeah, we had a good time.
The date, she was so nice. Sarah was awesome. She brought gifts for everybody.
Aww.
Jason brought her gifts.
Okay.
It was so fun.
It was a lot of fun. She was very nice. We had some other KVJ Nationers join us. And that's the first time I've been to that restaurant. The place is nice. I liked it.
Okay. So how many people were on this date altogether, would you say?
6,
1,
7.
2,
Plus
3,
KVJ
4,
Nationers.
5, 6, 7. 7.
7.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
They sat at the table, which was kind of weird. I didn't expect that. Like, we're sitting at the table about to start the date, and listeners just came in and sat at the table.
See,
I was like, all right.
and here's the thing. I did know that was going to happen.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you kind of saw that coming, huh?
Oh, yeah, I did. In fact, I think I called it on Friday.
Okay, yeah. Okay. All right. Well, there you go. Lots of fun stuff from over the weekend.
Tears and beers,
Tears and beers.
Oh, Lord.
Unhappy hour.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, cause you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, they officially have Ghislaine Maxwell on suicide watch just days before her sentencing hearing that's going to happen on Tuesday. Now, she's not, they say, suicidal, so I don't know what's going on here.
Well, that's the first step that they do. It's a mirror of what happened with Jeffrey Epstein. They put him on suicide watch, and they said he's not suicidal.
It's very bizarre.
They need to check all their cameras right now.
She does she know it's coming, that they're going to take her out?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure she understands what happened with him. Now, how much she knows about his real death. Did he commit suicide? Is Ghislaine sitting in there right now saying, wait a minute, this is what happened with Jeffrey, is you put him on suicide watch. You even had somebody come in and say he's not suicidal. And then what do you know? He suicided himself. And so what's going to happen with me? I'm not suicidal.
It's so bizarre, but yeah. I don't know. This might play out the exact same way. Prosecutors are pushing for a sentence of a minimum of 30 years in prison. Ghislaine is currently 60, so that would probably mean she lives out her days behind bars. I just don't know. I mean, I guess we have to wait till tomorrow. Sentencing happens tomorrow.
Yeah.
Fascinating, right?
It's all these kind of weird things. I mean, what will we do? Imagine if she does wind up committing suicide. What can you even say? Where does it even go? I know people would be like, you've got to be kidding me. This can't be legit. But do we have any power to do anything? They'll be like, yeah, we'll have an investigation and we'll see what we can uncover.
And we'll uncover absolutely nothing because whoever killed her covered their tracks.
Yeah.
She must know some great secrets. I mean, you know Epstein did. That was his thing.
Yeah.
Like he would invite high power politicians, wealthy people.
Yeah.
He would invite them to sample the young girls and then he would video it. Mm-hmm. There was all kinds of hidden video apparently set up in all of these places.
Yeah.
And then he would blackmail people that were wealthy and had power or political influence.
Yeah.
But maybe Ghislaine knows all the secrets too, and you got to take her out before she has time to write a book.
Who knows? It'll be interesting to see what happens.
Fascinating. In other news, this is like a game of Where's Waldo. So Bam Margera went missing from rehab again.
Again, okay. All right.
He was supposed to be at that rehab facility, but last time, the draw of Atlantic Avenue was just too much.
Oh, yeah, it's a fun place.
He went out and he was partying it up on the Ave, baby.
No lie.
They last spotted Bam missing from rehab in Deerfield Beach around 5:30 on Saturday.
Okay.
Sources say he was partying and having a good time. So
it's a beautiful place. There's a lot of activity there. We were just at the Flanagan's there 2 weeks ago. Had a lovely lunch.
Are you not allowed to escape rehab? If you go to rehab, you can't go 3 days in and go, this isn't for me, I'm out.
If you go on your own fruition, I think you are allowed to check yourself out. But his is court ordered, so it's a little bit different. There's a judge that made him go.
It's basically you're here or you're in jail.
Right.
So you can't be like, you know what, I think I'm just going to go back out into public and walk around. They'd be like, no, it's here or jail.
And how many times do they pick him up on the Ave at El Camino, having a good time, and bring him back to rehab before they say, okay, you know what, we're just going to have to bring you to jail?
I don't know if he was definitely drinking, but the photo that I saw of him sitting at El Camino in Delray Beach, there were 3 empty glasses that you typically put cocktails in. It looked like a vodka type soda.
El Camino, it just sounds like a place that makes great drinks.
No, they do. If you've ever been there, the bar right up front is always packed and people are spilling out. It's an awesome place.
It's not El Camino's fault. It's Bam's fault.
Yeah, no, it's wonderful. It's inviting.
And finally here, the judge who presided over Amber Heard's trial finalized the jury's award on Friday and has now officially issued a written order. So I guess you don't technically have to pay it till the judge issues the written order, and it came to the total of $10.35 million. So Amber's lawyers say she's planning to appeal the verdict, but if the judge, if they don't get an appeal to be heard, she will have to post bond for the full $10.3 million to figure it all out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just knocked my own headphones off.
That's my move.
Trying to be Jaybird over here.
Stop taking my act.
Tell-all book I hear might be coming to play things off.
But if you go back in the tell-all book and lie again, can he re-sue you?
Don't know.
I don't know how that works. Objection, Virginia. We just don't know. And
I just don't know.
I'm kind of over it.
I'm so over it.
You know what I mean? Or actually, I'm not kind of. I am over it.
I am too.
Because you're right. All she's going to do is give her version now, and all they're going to say is it didn't happen, and blah, blah, blah. Twitter, and they're going to fight. Nah, I don't care.
Then what?
Exactly.
And that's what's going on in your dirt.
Okay. Got some celebrity birthdays today. Happy birthday to Khloe Kardashian. She is turning 38 today. So we were talking about hopefully finally getting a new TV to watch football on this fall. It's been 2 years since we'd really had that. That's kind of my one thing. I think I'm going to maybe punt on actually trying to go to a lot of games and invest in the TV instead. And so my wife and daughter were already talking about how they're planning a Kardashian marathon on the TV. And I'm like, it just, the rage was just starting to build in me. And it's one of those moments you just got to kind of walk away. But I mean, there's got to be something established where this cannot be turned into a Kardashian binge watching type of television.
You need to get a calendar and put it close to the TV and just put some blackout dates on that calendar and let everybody know ahead of time. Yeah. It's a Kardashian free zone while the Buckeyes are playing.
Had to one of those moments you have to take a couple deep breaths. You just have to walk away. I couldn't be part of the conversation.
You've already lost your TV before you got it.
Don't even go there, man. It's
gone.
It's gone. It's a very sore subject for me. So happy birthday, Khloe. Tobey Maguire, the original Spider-Man, is now 47. Does that make you feel old?
Yeah,
he was like what, like a teenager? He was in high school.
He was a baby.
Yeah, he was.
Movies.
He was a high.
Yeah, he's now 47.
Wow.
J.J. Abrams, director of a lot of great things, including that amazing Star Wars movie, The Rise of Skywalker. He's 56. I know Bird's a big fan of that. That's his favorite Star Wars movie of all time.
Kevin trying to troll me. Trying to get me angry.
If I got to be mad about Kardashians, you got to be mad about Star Wars. All right, a couple other birthdays we got here today. Happy birthday to my son Zane, turning 9, Renee, Wes, Callie, and your cat QT. It's a nice little panoramic view there. Beautiful scenery in the background.
Ooh, gorgeous.
Happy birthday to my baby Lucas, turned 1 yesterday, and my beautiful daughter Mia, who turns 10 today, from Mom, Dad, and Big Bro Angel. Also, we got Gianna, happy 13th birthday. Welcome to being a teenager. Anne-Marie, Michael, Nino, and Gabriella. And there she is, having a fun birthday. Looks so happy.
Aw, cutie.
Yeah, I love the photos. You can always send those in to us to get on KVJ TV. Mail at kvjshow.com, and you can watch it at kvjshow.tv. kvjshow.tv will get you right there. Yeah, we got something great for you every single weekday with Camp KVJ. We know how tough it is to keep the kids occupied, so we make it easier for you, and we know the cost of everything is up. So this will be a nice little hookup for you here. 4-pack of tickets to Rapids Water Park and Lion Country Safari. If you got the school-age kids, we got Rosemarie on here from West Palm Beach. Hello, Rosemarie.
Hello?
Hello, Rosemarie.
Hello. I'm here.
How are you doing today, Rosemarie?
I'm here. Oh, I'm great. I'm doing great. I'm really excited.
I guess you got 2 grandkids that would love these tickets?
I do, a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old, and actually my granddaughter asked me if I would take her to Lion Country Safari while I was off from school. So this is amazing.
Nice.
Very cool. Well, you have a great time and make some awesome memories, okay, Rosemarie?
Thank you so much. Have a great summer.
Okay. Yeah, you too. We're going to make somebody else's summer a little bit better tomorrow. Same time, Camp KVJ, 4-pack of tickets for Rapids and Lion Country Safari. All right, here we go on a Monday. Hopefully you guys are awake and ready to go because we got a round of Think Fast coming at you.
Hey, let's do this.
All right. Okay, let's take this serious.
What are you looking around for?
The Think Fast belt.
We don't have
I
one.
know. I forget. It's being made.
You okay?
No, it's being made. It'll be here next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Who's making it?
A combination of myself and my split personalities.
What the hell are you on? Okay. And can I have some? I mean, what the hell?
I just feel like we need to take Think Fast seriously again.
Okay.
Like how we did
Needs
with
an
the
upgrade.
Yeah, just like how we did with the No Name Movie game. I think this game deserves respect.
Okay. Yeah, why not? Okay, we got Virginia.
If I keep talking, maybe I won't sound as crazy.
I don't feel like I'm crazy. I feel like I'm in my prime.
Sorry, Kevin.
That's all right. Got Virginia, Jaybird, and Denny's all here ready to compete. I got some topics here for you. Whoever can come up with a sensible answer first is going to get the point. My bird is backing up so he can scream into the microphone.
Oh, my gosh.
I want it bad, Kevin.
She's all fired up and loony.
Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. First one. Think fast. All right, something you can't take on an airplane starting with the letter Z.
Zebra.
That'd be correct. What'd you say, Bird?
I don't want to repeat it.
What was it?
It was zoos.
Zoos.
Multiple zoos.
It was a dumb answer, Virginia. I didn't want to repeat it.
Again, that's why we always throw out the sensible answer. That would not qualify for sensible.
Those are hard to pick up.
Yeah.
You cannot fit them in your carry-on.
Sensibly, that's not going to work out here. Yeah. Okay, think fast here. A superhero starting with the letter W.
Wonder Woman.
Bird was definitely louder. Who was first, though? Suits. I think it's Virginia.
Oh, what did you say, Bird?
Wonder Woman?
Oh, you guys both said Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
You just couldn't understand him, and you couldn't hear me.
Yeah.
Because the lungs over there.
He's got projection.
He does. The long-term COVID is not in your lungs.
All right, Virginia's got a quick 2-zip lead here in Think Fast.
It's always so fast.
It's come on.
Okay, next up. It's a breakfast cereal starting with the letter R.
Raisin Bran!
Oh.
Yeah! Where my birdies at?
Oh.
Good job.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you got a healthy one
Yeah,
right.
Raisin Bran was definitely not where my brain was.
Raisin Bran is great if you put a ton of sugar on it.
Okay. All right, Virginia got 2. Bird with 1. Danny's yet to get on the board here and Think Fast. Okay, something a rich person owns that starts with the letter Y. Rich person would own this, starts with the letter Y.
Yacht.
Yacht.
Virginia.
That broke my brain.
Y and W.
Brain.
I know.
We're getting the
why?
hardest letters. Z, Y, and W have been the
doing
choices.
Z's?
Z's and Y's.
I know.
Oh, my
yeah,
gosh.
making you think,
On a
making your brains
Monday?
work. Yeah.
On a Monday.
Yeah, that's what we do, Virginia. Got to come in here ready to go. Okay, Denny's been eliminated.
Oh, man.
Stick around.
no.
I need F's and G's.
Don't
Not these.
leave.
Yeah.
You got F's.
Virginia closes it up with one more.
Oh, come on, Bird.
A famous person with just one name, starting with the letter C.
Cher!
Bird stays in.
Where my birdies at?
It's 3-2.
Wow, look at you.
Oh, I want it.
I know you do. You want that imaginary belt in your head?
Okay.
Stay focused, Bird. Stay focused. Block out the witch. Block out the witch.
3-2, Virginia, and think fast. Something you might find in a kid's backyard that starts with the letter S.
Shells.
What'd you say, Bird?
Shells. I love shells as a kid. I love shells.
Virginia, you said
Swing.
that's going to be the winner.
Oh, dang.
That's going to be the winner.
Kids love shells.
Right there. She's a little faster, too.
Damn it, I wanted that one.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, you know what, though? Okay, she gets the win.
Yeah.
Where's the belt?
We're going to, don't you worry. We're going to get it.
All right. Coming up here on a Monday, we always do our call them outs. People with bad behavior or something that you need to be called out. One thing that I'm going to go ahead and do just for everybody, just to put it out there, I'm going to do a overall call them out for both sides on Roe versus Wade.
Oh, boy.
That's because I know if I don't, every text is going to be about that, and I just want to throw it out. So I will call them out for both sides of it right now.
You're doing both sides.
I'm doing both
Yes.
sides.
Everybody just say your piece so we can move on.
Yeah, I'm throwing it out for both sides.
We don't want to fight. We just want y'all to get it off your chest.
It's out there.
So we can move on.
It's been called out right there. It's out there, good and bad. We got it. So we'll get other column outs here. 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763. Get to the things that people can control in your behavior that need to be called out. Like last week, we can still keep calling out the guy that's dumping the garbage in Denny's Lake. That's the kind of stuff you need to call out.
Yeah, do we have an update on that? Because we've gone out there, we didn't see him, and then I didn't.
Last week, I heard the authorities were involved and they were cleaning up some of the trash. So yeah, maybe Denny's will have an update on that for us as well.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, so we'll get to that. But the one thing is, I spent a lot of time trying to get my sports information off of Twitter, and I really couldn't because everybody was yelling about the Roe versus Wade thing.
People were yelling about the abortion thing.
Oh my goodness!
On social?
There was a lot of emotion and not really a lot of facts. It was about 95% emotion, maybe 5% facts, and about 4% of those were wrong. So the one thing I am going to do, just to kind of like let everybody know here in the state of Florida, what does the ruling mean for you today? Because I didn't see a lot of people actually talking about what was important, and that was actually the fact. So I will get those for you here coming up in a couple of minutes as well on the KVJ Show. Okay, for column outs today, I'm just going on ahead, and for your benefit, I will call out both sides on the Roe versus Wade decision. Because I know people are already, I said that a minute ago, Virginia. I'm like, I know I'm still going to get texts. I got 8, so... Yeah, I know that a lot of people were very passionate about this, obviously, and for good reasons. And it's really just kind of the beginning of what is going on. And somehow, if you didn't hear that the Supreme Court repealed Roe versus Wade on Friday, I don't know what you were doing or where you possibly could have gone to avoid it, because it was all over the place over the weekend. And there were many protests and things like that with people's opinions on it. Some people were happy, some people very upset. The one thing, though, is that there aren't really, I didn't see enough of the facts of, okay, what does that mean? If you live in Florida, what does this mean for you? The ruling on Friday sends the decision back to the states. 8 states have already banned abortion. 26 others look to restrict. What about Florida, though? What does that mean here if you're living in Florida? Well, in Florida, abortion rights are protected under Florida's Constitution, which recognizes the right of privacy protects abortion. So for there to be a ban on abortion in Florida, our Supreme Court would have to overturn previous rulings on a privacy clause in the state constitution that's been interpreted for over 30 years as protecting access to abortion. Now, you may have heard that things are changing and fast. In April, Governor Ron DeSantis signed into law a 15-week abortion ban with no exceptions for rape or incest starting on July 1st. The new law allows for abortions past 15 weeks only if there's a fatal fetal abnormality or the mother's life is at risk. Until then, and until Friday, abortions are legal up to 24 weeks. There are already multiple legal challenges going on the 15-week guideline, so that's going to be coming up. The court cases are just starting. But to let you know, 98% of Florida's abortions take place before the 15-week mark. So ultimately, it doesn't sound like it would affect too many people. As of April, a new Florida law requires a 24-hour waiting period between a woman's initial visit with a physician and the abortion procedure. That means each patient needs 2 appointments instead of 1. That's one of the new changes. So just to let you know, that's what it means for you, because I didn't hear or see a lot of that. I just heard a lot of, passion. So there's definitely passion on it. So there we go. Just to get that out of the way for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You have anything to add, Virginia?
No. I have so many people in my family on opposite sides fighting on Facebook. I'm like, I'm staying out of this one.
The one thing that you need to do if you come to somebody, I heard this, and it's very true. If you're trying to convince somebody and change somebody's opinion, a lot of times you won't. You need to really just kind of have a discussion where
you talk
you're
calm.
empathetic, and you're listening.
You have to talk calm and peaceful, and that's the thing that I see. Especially even in my family, people are angry and yelling, and you can yell on Facebook, and you can make this a bigger fight within your own family than it should be. It should be a discussion.
Well,
everybody can talk without screaming and telling each other they're ridiculous.
It's a matter of the heart kind of an issue, and when that happens, good luck trying to get humans to speak calmly, because when it's a matter of the heart, you really believe in your heart that it is the right thing to do, whatever side you are on, and a lot of people aren't going to back down from that kind of when it comes to those type of things.
Right.
I just don't see people ever staying calm about it.
If that's the way it is in your family, where like in mine, people disagree passionately, maybe just don't talk about it. Because I don't want to see families divide over this like we saw so much during COVID. Let's not let this divide our families. We can agree to disagree. That's the great thing about this country.
Yeah, and it's just a call out to people that, if you do have, this is why you want to get involved politically with things, because, your votes do matter, and, you be an advocate for what you believe in. So stand up for it. All right, so there we go. So we'll put that, because we would spend 4 hours and we would get nowhere if we spent all day doing our call 'em outs on that. So we're going to do other stuff here. You can hit us up with 877-979-WRMF.
If somebody's done you wrong, it's time for you to sing along and call 'em out, call 'em out, call 'em out. You gotta call 'em out, call 'em out, call 'em out. It's time to call 'em out.
Got to start off calling out Susie in Margate. You sent me that video from TikTok of this cul-de-sac in Margate where these kids are just shooting hoops. They've got one of those basket that kind of is in the street, but it's a perfect little place to do it. It's just kids outside playing, which is what happens when you live in a neighborhood.
And it's literally in a cul-de-sac.
That's an older video, just so y'all know. It's a couple months old.
But the guy that made it sent it to us and said, I just wanted you to see this and see what happened in our neighborhood in Margate. And I was like, wait, what?
I hope they resolved it, because, yes, it is very annoying. It's just two kids trying to shoot baskets, and there's some cranky old lady neighbor that is taking branches that were piled up in the street, and she keeps putting them underneath their basketball hoop so that they can't shoot any baskets.
And she keeps doing it.
Yeah.
And doing it. I'm
Yeah.
like, what the hell?
Come on now.
And these kids, the father said he was so proud of how his son handled it, because his son didn't react. He just kept moving the branches, but then she kept moving them back.
What if her excuse was, look, you guys are really nailing those short shots, but I wanted you guys to work on your outside game a little bit more.
If she came with instruction, all right.
I would have pegged a basketball off her forehead.
Some
but
people
they
are just
didn't.
weird, man.
This lady is weird.
Yeah,
Susie is her name.
Well, this is just the stuff where it's like, come on, man. Why are we doing this kind of stuff? Let's
to kids that are playing basketball?
Yeah, why do we need to try to agitate situations?
She probably was annoyed with the bouncy sound of the ball, and she turned into that.
Well, you know what? Put on some sweet sounds in your house on the music player. I know you got an old RCA record player. Crank that thing up, Susie.
I would like to know if there's an update on that, if they did ever get... Yeah,
I'll ask him, because he was. He sent us.
Problem.
He slid in our DMs. He's like, "Look, I just want you guys to see this, and just this is real. This woman really did this." I was like, "Wait, what?"
That's why those Ring door cameras, man, those things are so awesome to have. They're capturing so much weird stuff you never knew.
You're right.
Would ever happen.
Yeah, they are. That's where it came from. Got another column out here. Said I'd like to call out myself for not listening to KVJ's advice in January when they said I should divorce my husband when he lied about being deployed to Afghanistan. I pathetically took him back, only for him to file for divorce months later.
Wow, he filed. Sorry, that sucks.
Call him out here from Tina. She said to the person who claimed that they looked twice, you didn't learn how to drive. Look carefully. I have my almost 1-year-old son in the back seat. So, yeah, bad driving out there. Thanks to you, we have to deal with no vehicle, and we were supposed to go celebrate my son's first birthday at Zoo Miami, and the tickets were already bought. She played victim, and she almost got the best of me, but I stayed calm. I told her not to talk to me. I refused to yell in my son's ears. That really is just a call out for all of us, because there's a lot of agitators out there. There's a lot of things that could get you really emotional, and you could lose your mind. Things like that where, people run into your car and you're angry, and you gotta learn how to just kind of like chill and take a deep breath.
You gotta look at the situation, assess, and don't let somebody and their bad behavior make you behave bad. You gotta look at them and go, crazy person is not gonna make me crazy. You go over there and be crazy all you want. I'm gonna keep my wits about me.
Yeah.
I'm not getting sucked into your crazy.
No, you're right. I mean, I saw another video today in Miami, road rage type of thing that had happened. Somebody pulled a gun out.
Oh my gosh.
Do you feel as if driving has gotten worse, a little bit more reckless Or has it always been this bad? It does feel pretty bad.
It's been bad, but I think it's getting worse. More cars are back out after the pandemic, and then we're getting more people in South Florida, so our roads are getting more cramped.
And I feel like there's less hashtag be cool driving going on. A lot of, I'm going to stay on my phone in the left-hand lane on I-95 as I'm scrolling the internet.
Yeah.
And driving.
I know. Yeah.
Going 35.
What's the problem?
I run into that a lot. Am I the only one seeing this?
Listen to this. Stephanie in Hollywood, she said, I had to give you a call out about this crazy lady that stole my purse at Twin Peaks.
What?
My husband and I were there on Saturday. Like you, Kev, we cannot resist the pickle chips. I get it. So we went to the one in Hollywood around 10 p.m. after some bar hopping. Lady comes up to me and starts to hit on me, and I tell her, yeah, thank you, but I'm trying to have a nice night with my husband. I asked her to nicely go away. She says to me, oh, no, I'm just going to stand here and stare at you. So I say to her, seriously, get the F away from me. So she grabs my purse. It's sitting on the table and takes off running.
Oh, my
No.
So I take off after her. I'm about to tackle her from behind when she drops my purse, turns around, and starts to scream, witch, over and over at me.
What?
I realize this lady is crazy. So I walk away, grab my purse from the ground, and I went back to my table. On my way, I'm yelling for security since I saw them when I first walked in. And also, I'm yelling at her, who is now sitting at the bar again, to stay
What?
the F away from me.
She stayed in the bar?
Stayed in the bar after all this.
What the hell is going on?
Then on my way back to my table, she goes behind the bar. At this point, security is there, and she throws a bottle of liquor at the security guard.
Oh, my gosh.
Turns around, grabs 2 more bottles, and comes around the bar and starts running toward me with a bottle in each hand. She's staring right at me, screaming and running towards me. And as I get up to prepare myself for what's about to happen, my husband jumps in front of me and tackles her to the ground, and then holds her there until security comes up and takes her out and calls the police. This is why I don't like to leave the house.
What a story.
People are just getting more and more crazy out there. Thank God she didn't have a gun or a knife.
Oh, my gosh.
Crazy, right?
Holy
Yeah,
crud
if
balls.
that happens, you literally don't go back out to eat for a good 2 months.
Man,
You're like,
oh man.
no.
I can see why you'd be a little
Yeah.
shell-shocked after
I'm
that.
going to stay home.
Wow.
Damn, people are losing their minds.
Yeah.
What made her snap? Was she just fixated on her?
It's a great question. I don't know.
It sounds like she might have been just a nut job.
And you don't know. I mean, anymore, it's really, okay, do they have serious mental health issues, or is it drugs, or is it a combo? What's
Right.
going on? Yeah, you just don't know what people got in their system
In
or
the
what's going on in
moment,
their head.
you can't really care because you're just trying to protect
You
yourself.
just got to defend yourself. You're right. You don't care. I'm not here to analyze.
No.
I'm here to survive.
You're attacking me with dueling wine bottles.
I'm trying to
lady.
live.
Oh my
Yeah. I got some column outs here. This is a column out to the person that ordered $1,395 of Pollo Tropical catering and then didn't tip me, the DoorDash driver.
Oh.
And it took me 2 trips to deliver all of it, and I got nothing.
It's messed up.
That ain't cool.
That
Come on,
is
man.
way messed up.
Did they have a tip on it before and then they took it away?
They did the tip baiting. It didn't say that.
Look, if you do a catering order, you don't have to tip 20% because it's a lot of money. That's a lot.
Okay.
But you better, if this person is
Yeah.
making multiple trips,
Yeah.
you better at least tip them like $30-$40.
That's because I've heard someone debate this before, and they said you should always tip 20%, even with catering.
Really?
That's a lot of money, though. It's
It
a lot
is.
of money.
Yeah, I mean, they were talking about $1,400 bill.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
you would tip that?
I know that's.
$280?
These are not my words.
No. No. Sit down, whoever said that.
These are not my words.
You are not tipping $280.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous. But you should give the person $30, $40, $50, whatever you can spare.
Okay. Somebody else is doing a call out to Outback Steakhouse. It took half an hour for the Aussie cheese fries on the curbside pickup after I called several times. They said they were bringing it out, but nobody ever came out, and the place was dead when I walked in. There were just 3 workers standing in the front talking.
Do me a favor privately, whoever texted that in. I think I know what location you're talking about. Please send it back to the show. I want to see if I'm right.
Okay.
I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna write down the answer, Virginia, because
Okay.
I love me some Outback. You know I do.
We know you do.
Melinda said, I went to KFC at 9 a.m., or they open at 9 a.m. I went at 10:15. They said it would be about 20 minutes for the chicken when I went in at 10:15. They've been open for an hour and 15 minutes. This confused me. You're open for over an hour and you have only wings to sell? I don't think it takes that long to cook chicken.
Huh.
There's just a lot of problems going on with fast food. It's not so fast anymore.
It's because they don't think they have enough workers, and that might be what that is.
Yeah, a lot of tough stuff there. This call him out says, I want to call out my extremely messy kids. I know kids are going to be kids, but oh my gosh, why is it so hard to clean up after yourself, after you've eaten or after you've played? I always tell my husband my nickname should be Pickup because all I do is pick up after everybody in the house. I'm so sick of it. Do better, family. Do better.
Damn. That mom about to snap.
Yeah, she does snap.
Y'all better pick up your stuff.
You need a little vacation.
The next thing that happens is she's going to leave and drive north.
Yeah, she'll drive
Right.
north. She's gonna
Y'all
leave for a
won't
couple
see
days.
her for a week.
She might need to drive north.
Might be the right play.
We should give her our gas money prize.
Jaybird, you said that you got called out as well trying to get into an Uber.
Yeah, and maybe someone can tell me. I thought Uber driving and Uber cars, you didn't have to wear a mask anymore. So I open up the car door and the guy goes, well, do you have a mask? I go, oh, I didn't think I had one. He goes, you got to have a mask, buddy. So he made me go back in the house and grab a mask for my Uber ride. And it was kind of an uncomfortable ride after that.
I don't think he can make you wear one anymore. I think it's his personal choice.
And it's
if he wants to wear one or not, but I don't know about the whole rules.
So I don't want to, I'm not trying to turn this into a mask debate. I went and tried to find a mask in my house, which I could not find. So I had to make a makeshift mask, which I don't think he liked very much either. I still got in the car because I was running late. But it was an awkward moment. I thought I'd talk about it.
Yeah, what's the rule?
Yeah, he claims that Uber sends him a notification about it's up to the driver, but that's not true. I looked that up. That is not true.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Uber, for what everything. I think the witch is right. I don't think there is anything.
Well, there's not a mask mandate, so he can't be like running his own government in his car. Like
He was.
That's when you say, you know what?
I know.
I don't want to wear the mask, so I'm just going to tell you to go about your way, and you can cancel this ride. Don't you cancel it, or you get charged, Jaybird.
I don't know.
Make him cancel
Well,
it.
I just drove. I don't think I want to have to have that issue again. Because, to your point, everybody that I've done Uber with hasn't made an issue about it. He's the only dude that has.
Right.
Okay. All righty. Got a few more comments here about call him outs. One about Jaybird talking about how he tried to get into an Uber, and the guy's like, dude, you got to put a mask on. But if you go to the app, it says you don't have to wear a mask anymore. But somebody said, yeah, kind of with the Uber mask debate, it's his car. He can have you wear a mask if he chooses. Do you want somebody smoking in your car? It's kind of the same thing. Is it the same thing?
No.
Okay. All right. Junior says no. Yeah, I would think, and I don't know if the driver could put it there, but because I don't use Uber like you guys do. But it'd be nice, at least if you have a car saying this is a car that he wants you to wear a mask.
I agree.
He should provide it at least.
So you would know. Yeah, and you're right. That would be the cool thing to do. It'd be like, hey, would you mind?
But you also, too, don't know. I mean, the one thing I've realized is there's just a range of personalities in an Uber car.
That is
and
true.
some people do have an edge to them for no reason. It's an odd thing.
Well, they're angry because the last 5 or 6 people that got in their car misbehaved. That's what happened to me. My last Uber drive, that I could not believe it. The driver just complained and yelled and screamed the whole time about the last passengers.
Yeah, and some people do get political. You've witnessed it before too, and
Big time.
I think some people, especially maybe they live alone. They don't have a lot of people to talk about. They're fired up from stuff they read on the internet, and they get in the car. That's when they can speak their mind about stuff. I don't know.
If your driver is political, all you should do is agree with them. That's what we did. Our driver got all political, and we were like, yeah, you're right. I don't want to fight with anybody in an Uber.
Right.
I agreed with everything this crazy person was saying.
Not the time or place. Got the call him out about the Outback where there were 3 employees were not getting the food out to the person doing the drive up, and they were in there chatting. That was apparently in Kendall. So
Okay.
yeah, I don't think that was your local Outback.
I'm glad I'm so glad they said
They
it.
responded. Yeah, I'll let you know where it was. Somebody said I went to CVS on Saturday. They only had 3 people working the pharmacy. That's including the pharmacist. They had 3 pharmacists quit. They had to bring one in from another store. They had an hour wait to pick up your prescription. Omar sent that in. That's just the way it is. I feel for all these businesses, whether it be Outback or CVS or any of these places. It's just, they're probably like, yeah, we get it. It's not the best. Sorry, man. We're trying. We can't get stuff to work out. Rita wanted to call out I Think. She said she had bought tickets in section 6. She said on the seat map for the Backstreet Boys concert, it showed that nobody was in front of me, but they made a new VIP row that they didn't show on the thing. So when I got there were actually people in front of me, and tickets were $211 a piece.
Damn.
If I would have known this, I would have just gotten regular tickets. So didn't think that was cool. She thought it was false advertising.
Yeah, if you go to buy your tickets and there's nothing in front of you and you think, wow, this is like a free space.
Right.
And then there's people sitting there, that's not cool.
Videos I saw it look like it was completely packed. So probably what happened, and they never know with a lot of these concerts. You'll hear us running ads on a concert that's 2 days away. That means it's not really selling well. And so they're trying to get the tickets. And so when something like that happens, they're like, oh my gosh, we're selling very well. You can tell, you're like, all right, how do we get more people in here and make more money?
Let's bring in some chairs.
Bring in a new row.
Who's got folding chairs?
Yeah.
Bring them in.
A folding chair. That's some low budget seating right there. I paid $200 for folding chairs.
Damn.
Yeah, well, she paid $200 to have an unobstructed view, and that's why she's upset.
I don't blame her.
I get it. It's not cool.
The map is the map. And if you look at it and you purposely bought those tickets with nobody in front of you because you wanted to have a clear shot, and then all of a sudden they add rows, that is false advertising.
Yep.
Get them.
This is entertaining. Remember Jay Spades a long time ago? She called out this lady that verbally abused me. She was, I think, at a donut shop, and this worker apparently was just having kind of a bad day, I guess it was, and she goes there all the time.
Yeah, Jay Spades works at Duncan.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so Jay Spades works at Duncan, and so this lady came in and was just really crabby to her and verbally abused me. And now, ever since she got called out on the radio, this lady was kind of like, yeah, you know what? I was way out of line. So she's going over and above
Wow.
to make up for it. And this is why I love call 'em outs, because this is what it's all about. Because look, I've had many moments in my life where I'm like, Kev, dude, that you were wrong. If somebody would have called me on it, I'd be like, you're right. I was not in the right with that. I was having a bad day or whatever.
And I like when that happens.
Yeah.
Yes.
When someone sincerely apologizes,
Yeah.
a lot of times that relationship for me,
Right.
we become stronger because now I feel like you're human. You get it.
Yeah.
I like when that happens.
And you got to have forgiveness for some people to say, you know what, they may just be having a bad day. You don't know
Yes.
what's going through. Their daughter might have just gotten their wisdom teeth pulled out and they're a little insane. So
Little.
Jay Spade said, check out, this is the latest. She brought in a 5-star dessert. This is for Mother's Day. And look at that. It's ornate chocolate that's
Wow.
designed. And so she just keeps going above and beyond, saying for that one time that she snapped at Jay Spades at Duncan.
All right, we're good now. You don't have to keep
Right.
giving me gifts.
Yeah.
Well, now we're calling you out because you're being weird about it.
Just be normal.
Just be normal.
It's almost like she's like, oh, yeah, you're going to call me out on the radio? Here's what, I'm going to kill you with kindness now.
But that's the thing. People can't just be normal. That's the problem.
Hashtag be cool.
Yeah. Let me see a couple other call 'em outs. Stephanie said, I got a positive one. On Saturday night after getting gas, I forgot to close my gas cap and the lid was off and it was pouring down rain. And when I drove off, I was waiting at a traffic light and a guy in the car behind me got out of his car in the pouring rain and closed my gas cap for me.
Aww.
And put a tracker on the bumper of your car.
Yes. Put a tile. Yes.
Now he knows where you live.
You'll be dead by Tuesday.
Another positive call out. I want to call out the man who walks every morning. He's always wearing the United States flag on his clothes and carries a flag, and he waves at everybody. I love seeing him out every single morning. He just brings a smile to everybody's face. And Lizzie Key said, Jaybird, I read an article about a Guinness Book of World Records. A guy holds the records for the most acts of kindness for the day in Grapevine, Texas. His name is Chris Penny. Very sweet story.
I love it.
I wonder how many acts of kindness he did to hold the record.
And look it up.
And what types of acts of kindness? This is the part of the show where me and Virginia ask Kevin a lot of questions he does not have the answers to.
Yes, Kevin. How many acts?
Don't know. She didn't include him either. So I'll put it on her because if she's going to send that email, you got to let us know.
What's his favorite snack?
Yeah.
That'd be a fun one to do.
It would
We
be.
could all help you.
But, it's going to be one of those things where it's going to be a lot.
It's going to be expensive.
Yes.
Yeah.
So maybe not. Okay.
Kevin, we're bailing.
Killed that one already, huh? Okay. All right, you can always send in your call-em outs to people. Email them, mail at kvjshow.com or 877-979-WRMF.
It's the KVJ dirt of the day. It's the KVJ dirt of the day. Virginia, take it away. Cause you know we need that dirt of the day.
When I saw this over the weekend, I was laughing because I could so see this happening to me. Ben Affleck was out shopping for cars with his 10-year-old son, who apparently loves cars as well, just like my Rocco. And Ben Affleck was messing around, let his kid get behind the wheel of this super fancy yellow Lamborghini SUV. And guess what happened?
Oh, no.
The kid accidentally knocked it into reverse and slammed the sports car into another car.
Oh, wow.
Oh. Well, you're Ben Affleck. You've got Ben Affleck money, so everything's going to be fine. Everybody put out a statement saying, no, everything's fine. There's no injuries, and that's the important thing. But, I mean, if it happens to me or like a regular person, you are cursing and beating your kid in the parking lot. Because that is just... I don't have Lamborghini fixing money. That would be insane. I can only imagine what that would cost. In other news, did you see Rudy Giuliani was shopping in a Rite Aid, which is like a CVS, and he was just minded his own business when this guy comes up and slaps him really hard on his back and says, "What's up, scumbag?" And I guess tries to pick a fight with him. The cops show up. They took the guy into custody, the 39-year-old suspect. They took him into custody, and Rudy Giuliani refused medical attention. It doesn't sound like it was that serious, but
Wow.
physical assault out in public.
Did you all see the video?
I did not.
I have not, no.
I just read the story.
Here's somebody who was a shopper that was standing shoulder to shoulder with Rudy Giuliani when he got hit. Here's what she had to say about it.
I mean, I was shoulder to shoulder with Giuliani.
Okay.
And, I could have been hit. Never mind me. I just felt bad for Giuliani. He hit him so hard that I felt it. That's how bad it was.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Wow. Man.
And finally here, that Camille Vasquez, Johnny Depp's attorney, oh my gosh. She has so many offers pouring in. Media, book deals.
Sure, yeah.
Other law firms, every law firm in Hollywood is throwing offers at her because they want her to join their law firm. Like, it is crazy.
That's why they immediately made her a partner.
Broadcasting roles, speaking engagements, branding opportunities, her own production company. I mean, she is got the world sitting in front of her. Talk about a quick rise to fame and cash. I love it. So good for her. It sounds like she is still entertaining all of these offers and has not made a decision yet about doing the whole legal law firm thing. But that sounds like it'd be fun.
Okay.
Like Hollywood law firm, like representing top clients and then going on CNN and being like their official legal correspondent.
Yeah, Jaybird's just showing me the Giuliani clip. Looked like a guy just tapped him on the back.
Well, let me
Am I
show
seeing
it.
that right?
Yeah, that's that. I believe that's the one that they're talking about. Right there, the story you're talking about. So I'm not.
Is that him getting hit?
I believe that's the. I believe
Well,
that's
that
the
doesn't
video.
look like a hit.
Doesn't look like a story to me. Wow.
Are you sure that's the one? Where's the lady that said she was shoulder to shoulder with him?
I think that's her right there.
And she said he hit him so hard I felt it? No. And if that's it, then that's a complete non-story. I don't even
So
know what
I'm
you're
trying to
talking about.
decipher because this is for all the stories I'm seeing. This is the video that's attached to it, and is that the actual video, or is this? Are people trying to screw the story up?
Well,
Yeah.
it may be a.
I thought it was like coming up and hit him in the, you see like somebody come up, whap you on the head and be like, "Hey, what up there?"
People heard him call him a scumbag too, and I don't know what the hell's going on, but there's no police charges. I don't think. I don't know.
People are saying that's the video.
The good news is he's going to live.
Yeah, Rudy's gonna be fine. If
Yeah.
that was the hit, that wasn't
Yeah.
anything.
He'll be all
Well,
right.
the way you reported it, that's
Well,
why.
I just read it off of TMZ, and they made it sound like it was some kind of violent
Sensationalism.
strike.
Well, I had seen it on TMZ, and then I was trying to read. I was just reading the comments, going, "Well, is this the same video that they're talking about?" I don't know. You'll Kevin, you'll get an email. I'm sure.
I hope not, because I won't read it.
Yeah.
Because I don't care. I don't even.
I've already heard
I
enough
don't even
about it, yeah.
know what political party he is, but I could not possibly care less. I was just like, whoa! If somebody slapped him, it's a story, but I don't think that's a slap.
Kevin said, "I hope not."
And that's what's going on in your dirt.
Okay, your husband got a really great job opportunity, but you could ruin it. Do you? Here's exactly what went down. We got this email, mail@kvjshow.com. It says, my husband's just landed a job with a company that is dominant in his field. So he's going to get a big jump in title, and he's going to double his pay.
Double?
Yeah, double his pay.
Damn.
This is good stuff.
Yeah.
So my husband is very happy. I'm very proud of him. And to celebrate, on Friday, his new boss invited us out for dinner. We had an amazing meal, and then we went to the bar after for a few more drinks. When my husband went to go to the restroom, his boss said to me, "You seem like you have a good marriage." And I said, "Oh, yeah, absolutely we do." He then shot back, "Does your husband satisfy you sexually? You're a beautiful woman and could clearly have anyone that you wanted to fulfill your needs."
Oh, no.
I just laughed and I said, "Yeah, we're fine." When my husband came back, I told my husband, "I'm tired. I need to leave." I was pretty quiet the whole way home, and I haven't really said anything to my husband about it the entire weekend, about what his boss said to me. His comments and his body language seemed like an obvious inappropriate inquisition to me. And now I'm not sure how much more I'm going to have to see this repulsive man, but I'm already dreading our next encounter. I never keep anything from my husband, but is this one time that I should? My husband is so happy, and I can't imagine him not saying something to his new boss if he knew.
Now you definitely blow this up. You tell your husband.
You have to tell him, because you two are a team, and he needs to know that this went down with his boss. But I still think that you two can navigate this and double your paycheck. Come on. Let's figure this out. We are in the know, and we know how this boss is, and just, you don't have to be around him. You don't work for him. You don't go to any more social engagements with your husband and his boss.
Yeah, and then he would understand.
Yeah.
And then your
husband knows what's going on because you told him. And you're like, look, I want you to have the money. I want it for our family, but I don't ever want to see that guy again.
But you know this boss is, that's highly inappropriate. Bosses can't do that crap anymore. You get busted for that stuff. Let's get him on tape.
Mm-hmm. Well, it just sounds like it happens so fast, like you're not expecting it, and he gets his one chance, and he's like, "Are you satisfied sexually?" I mean, that's.
And they were in a restaurant. They were probably drinking.
Yeah, they were.
The boss has all this power, and so he probably got a little loose.
And there's probably been times where certain situations have happened. He's asking that to see her reaction from it.
Will
Because
she be interested?
in the past, maybe something did happen where there was some swapping going on. He's the boss.
Yeah.
A girl took him up on it.
Totally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Were the husbands in on it as well?
Tell your husband everything, and the two of you work as a team.
Yeah.
And navigate this. And you don't have to be around him. Like, if you don't want to be around your husband's boss, you don't ever have to see him again.
Right.
You can always fake COVID. That's what a lot of people are doing.
Okay.
So Virginia's advice is to lie.
Lie if you have to. I mean, you don't have to ever see him again.
Why do we got to bring fake COVID into all this?
That is just the best excuse right now. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I had it on good until that point.
If you want to get out of anything, just say, "Oh my God, I just tested positive for COVID."
Not really, because then you have to quarantine. You have to be in your house for 5 days.
It doesn't sound like a bad thing.
It's not for a lot of people. I mean, it's really not. But you just know if you say you have COVID, you have to commit to
5 days out,
it.
5 days with a mask for a lot of places.
Yeah, you got to commit to it.
I'm just going to stay in my house, fake it in there.
She wants to turn it into a sitcom waka waka moment. Let's add on to the
right.
Well, I mean, I'm saying if all else fails, if there's no way for you to get out of something, if all else fails, we all have the COVID excuse.
How much could you get if you tried to bring him down for sexual harassment?
I don't know, because I'm looking at the nature of the comment, and it's out of bounds. There's
way out of bounds.
No doubt about it. I mean, saying, "Are you satisfied sexually?" A woman as beautiful as you, I'm sure, would have many options.
It made me want to strangle my boss.
Yeah, it's completely out of line.
Part of me though would kind of take it as a compliment. I'd be like, "Still got it."
That's it. This sounds like something that he's kind of already done. It's out of line, and I'm sure they probably were drinking with the meal, and he's a little bit loose. But it's almost something where he could say, "What I said is just look."
Right.
I thought, it's not a direct proposition for anything, and it sounds like this guy probably does this a lot, and he knows where he can be inappropriate but still kind of try to explain it away if somebody calls him on it. 'Cause
Totally.
I could see him backtracking on this and almost gaslighting her and making her look like she's crazy and sound crazy.
And he absolutely could do that. And that's why I would not start trouble with the boss, but I would get on the same page with my husband. And I would make sure that the two of us are a team.
Yeah.
And now he's aware, and we're going to tackle this together, and we're going to get that guy's money. We're going to take the double the paycheck, and we're going to navigate.
Grant in the chat room says, but the problem is she's not an employee, and they were at a bar at a non-work function. She's not the employee. So how would that work? Let's say our boss Elizabeth takes me out and Denny's and a bunch of us out for dinner. It's not a work function, but she is the boss, and you kind of have to go to that because she's the boss. So technically, you could say you feel like it is a work function. Elizabeth couldn't just start hitting on my girlfriend or Denny's wife.
It'd be kind of amazing if she did.
But I don't think. I think there's still a level of you could get in trouble for being inappropriate. I think you could if you had a good enough lawyer.
But she could twist it and say, this wouldn't even go to court, I don't think. It's just so mild that you really wouldn't have much of a leg to stand on legally. What are you going to do?
Objection? I agree with you.
I object to
I think it could
making a
twist his way
big
out of it.
deal.
But I think it is an alert to you that you have likely a skeevy boss who,
Yes.
when he's drinking, will be inappropriate, and any future engagements, stay away from the alcohol with him. Keep your interactions very quick,
Totally.
professional, and realize that he's not a guy that you can go out and be friendly with, because he's a scumbag.
And also, there's a new rule for your husband. If they do any kind of traveling where they go like away on business together, your husband's not. It's not going to be cool if he goes out drinking with that boss.
But I do think you still can get it with some companies. I think you can still get in trouble because I'm seeing people saying it was dinner, it was after, it's not a function. You're still with employees, and your manager and your boss still has an expectation of. I'm just saying there are some companies that you can go down for it. Of course,
in a perfect world, yeah. But I think in most companies, the boss ain't going down for this. This is too minor of an infraction.
Yeah. I think so as well, but I think it's good to let your husband know, put it on your radar. I don't think he needs to go in there all bold and be like, you disrespected my wife, and how dare you, and I'm going to quit this job that just doubled my salary and put me on the fast track to a much better life.
We're going to breathe, and we're going to be adults here, and we're going to realize that some people are stupid and not evolved, and you're going to run into stupid people. Take their money and enjoy it.
Yeah, you will have scumbag bosses several times in your life.
Yes.
Yeah. So there you go. All right. Any other problems you got? You can send us an email. Let us know. Mail at kvjshow.com. MAIL at kvjshow.com. All right, time for a little Bueno o Malo here on the KVJ Show. Virginia is up to play this week. We got something good, something bad. little chance for you to brush up on your Spanish, maybe learn something new, and hopefully choose the right of two options. One of them you want, the other one you do not. Okay. Everyone's all ready to play here today. All right, Denny's.
We got Evelyn walking down here. I think she's just finishing something.
Are we paying Evelyn? Because I feel like we go back to her a lot.
No, De Niro, no.
No. Snacks, though.
Yes,
fire lunch.
snacks.
We pay in snacks, although, yeah. Here she is.
Hey, Evelyn.
Okay. All right, you've become quite a star around here.
Yeah, a lot of
Yes.
people on our social media that are watching you on YouTube think that you're super cute.
Aw, thank you.
They want to know, are you single?
Here's where Virginia makes it very awkward and
I'm
weird.
not.
You're
no.
not single. Okay, all right. I just want to throw it out there. She's taken.
Y'all can still follow me.
Yeah,
Okay,
you still
all right.
follow her,
Yeah, what's your handle?
At the Evelyn Romo on Instagram, Twitter, and all that.
Follow her. She's helping us out. We help her out.
Yes.
There you go. No creepy comments, please.
Yes. Be
No.
prepared for. Yeah.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
gonna go check out the comments.
You
now,
will
see
get
what's
some
in-
creepy comments. I'm sorry.
Okay, Evelyn is going to be giving you your options here, Virginia. You choose option 1 or option 2. One is Bueno, one is Malo. What is option 1 here, Evelyn?
Esta será una increíble ráfaga de menta que te dejará con un aliento fresco.
Whoa.
Okay.
Fresco. That sounds good, doesn't it?
Fresco. I like Fresco.
Okay.
You like Fresca. I know that.
Yeah. Right. Okay. All right. That's your first option. What's the second option here, Evelyn?
El increíble subidón agrio que probarás te hará fruncir el ceño de inmediato.
Oh boy. I don't even have a key word from either. Ooh.
Okay. That usually does help. Yeah, if you can key in on one. Okay, I'll have you do option 1 again here, Evelyn. See if Virginia can pick anything up here.
Esta será una increíble ráfaga de menta que te dejará con un aliento fresco.
Okay.
Okay, and then option 2 again.
El increíble subidón agrio que probarás te hará fruncir el ceño de inmediato.
Okay. Virginia, what are you thinking? Which
Okay.
one sounds good? Which one sounds bad of those two options?
I think in the first one I heard fresh, but in
Okay.
the second one I heard incredible. I mean, those are two great descriptive.
yeah.
Wait, that's what
Okay.
we say. We say that about Kevin. He's fresh and he's incredible.
Fresco y increíble. Uh-huh.
Am I tasting Kevin? Fresh or incredible?
Yeah, man, oh man. Okay, that you're right. That is the challenge. And you know what? The good thing about this, you did pick up on two big key words. You're correct about.
But they're not helping me any.
Well, okay, but I mean, this is a way you kind of start to get keyed into Spanish a little bit, pick up a couple words here and there, and you're like, okay, I think I can kind of get the tone of this. I don't know if this is going to help you avoid something bad.
Do I want
get you
fresh
something good.
or do I want incredible?
I think that's kind of what it is.
Because, I mean, fresh could be bread. It also could be...
It could be fresh dog poo.
it could be
I mean, it's fresh.
If you put dog poo in my mouth, the person putting it in better run.
Yeah.
A fresh glass of wine or a fresh new Summer's Eve
Or it
product.
could be smell this incredible fart. So you're right. Good words like that still can be used in bad ways.
Oh, boy.
It's an unfortunate thing. So it's almost like you need, okay, what is keyword 2 other than
Starting to sweat.
fresco y increíble?
This bit makes you just instantly 10 degrees hotter.
Okay, what do you think? You feeling option 1 or option 2? We need to get that blindfold ready to go here. Denny's is standing by
Oh, okay.
to give you something
Blindfold.
bueno o malo, depending upon your pick. Okay.
All right.
What do you think here, Virginia? Do you want to go with option 1? Do you want to go with option 2?
Or do you want to do option 3, waste a little bit more time?
I'm thinking this through and trying to make a good decision over here.
We have noticed.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go with dose.
Option 2. Okay, again, say what this is, if you would, Evelyn.
Yep. El increíble subidón agrio que probarás te hará fruncir el ceño de inmediato.
Okay, all right, open up. Denny's is going to serve you what you chose here. Did you get Bueno o Malo?
Dos.
Lean back a little bit.
Dos is her choice.
Drink it up, Rook.
Get it? What you got, Virginia? What you got there?
Is that lemon juice?
Yes. You got a big old shot of lemon juice is what you got.
That's a big girl.
The translation basically roughly is the amazing rush of sour you will taste will make you pucker immediately.
Ooh.
It's old, too.
Oh, that's good. It's
old.
expired lemon juice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It has the kind of, had the brown crust around the...
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Damn.
The first option you could have gone with, the translation roughly is, this will be an amazing rush of mint that will leave you with fresh breath. Aliento
fresh.
fresco is what you heard there with the fresh breath.
I should have gone fresh and not incredible.
Yes. Evelyn, great job again. And where do we go to find you on social media? Give it one more time.
Yeah, the Evelyn Romo.
The Evelyn
Beyond-
Romo.
Yeah.
The
Amazing
Evelyn
job.
Romo. Thank
Amazing
you.
job. Very nice.
Ooh,
Okay, huh?
it burns the chest.
What would it be like now to pop a mint in your mouth? Because that's right. Have you ever done that where you brush your teeth and you go chug orange juice?
I don't know.
Y'all, stop coming at me. I didn't come up with the punishment. People are thinking, oh, Virginia got out of it again because she likes lemons. Last week we just did a thing how she loves lemons. So people are mad that they think she got good or good.
Okay.
Good or good?
Yeah. All right.
I didn't pick it. I didn't even know we're doing this bit.
That's all Denny's fault? No.
The KVJ finger pointing has begun.
Well, if I was to pick it, she would have hit me.
I would have been eating a cat turd.
Okay.
You got out of this one. Sorry, you did.
We'll make sure for Jaybirds next week is going to be a lot harder.
Well, that's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna. She gets lemon juice. She gets lemon juice. Then I have to read all the comments about a bird. That's a weak punishment.
I told you don't read the comments.
I like to be connected to the audience. I don't
Well,
like.
you didn't pick the punishment, so don't let the punishment
Oh, see, she's not-
come down on you.
She's. I got the punishment on this one because she got lemon juice.
Yeah, lemon juice.
Oh boy, the humanity.
No.
Oh my gosh,
He's so pissed.
I am pissed.
Hopefully she'll be all right.
Yeah, I know. Can you make it through the day?
Yeah.
Pull your panties out of your rear and get yourself together.
I'm trying to protect the bit.
There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people are meth. Ow!
I never had any idea what a big con high-end art can be. And then I was talking to a dude at a party, and it was all about a raid that they had on Worth Avenue on Palm Beach, where the FBI went into an art gallery and made a raid. And this guy was saying, yeah, a lot of times people try to pass on their wealth to other generations or their kids or somebody else, and it's a way to get through tax loopholes and all that kind of stuff.
You do it by selling expensive art.
Yes. And so even on top of that, though, he said, you know, a lot of times you look at art and it's the eye of the beholder. So people can sometimes set the value on a piece of art that's complete crap and say, oh, it's worth $10 million. And most people wouldn't pay $10 for it. But that's where the inflation comes in. And so you can kind of shadily pass off large quantities of value to other people through art. And so I guess that makes sense. That's why you always hear this. The feds are cracking down on art galleries all over the place, trying to get through these people. Imagine how hard that would be to police.
Oh, ridiculous. I'm sure it's very insulated, too.
Yeah, and they just had another raid, this time at the Orlando Museum of Art. This happened on Friday. The FBI went in there, and there was an art exhibit going on that apparently had come from the storage locker of a television writer They said that it was worth about $100 million.
Whoa.
But apparently a picture of the back of the painting titled Crown Face 2, which was done on a FedEx cardboard box, was the focus of an article in the New York Times questioning the authenticity of the art at the museum, saying this type of box was used 6 years after the artist had died.
Oh.
So the feds got wind of that because of this article, and they're like, wait a minute, okay, are they trying to pass off and sell bunk art here? The director of the Orlando Museum of Art said that before the paintings came to the museum, they were scrutinized and authenticated as the true works of the artist.
Authenticated by a human who makes mistakes.
Yep.
This happens a lot.
Mm-hmm. The FBI now has the art, and they're looking at it. No word on what's going to happen with the museum. Apparently, they're not the subject of any investigation. But this is just all how the shady stuff goes down.
Yeah, if they figured out that the box that it was on wasn't fabricated till 6 years after the guy died, it's a fake.
The first thing I find suspicious is this guy has $100 million worth of art in a storage facility. If you had $100 million worth of art, would you say, hey, I'm going to go to a regular storage facility to put $100 million worth of art in it?
Probably not.
I know it's going to be safe and it'll all be fine in this storage unit.
Probably not.
You would think not. That right alone gets a little suspicious.
I'd keep it in my house and I'd have guards at the house.
Okay. Yeah, I'd do something. A storage facility wouldn't be my first go-to.
No.
We'll see what happens with that. Another little scam going on. A pair of AirPods helped lead police in New Mexico to a woman accused of stealing a car and a purse. If you don't know, you can ping AirPods, which is exactly what the cops do, and led right to this 45-year-old crook.
I mean, duh.
It's crazy how these criminals don't realize that they can find a lot of stuff out from the electronics that you're using.
Yeah.
Especially murder, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
I almost went a whole Monday without bringing up murder. I almost did it.
Couldn't do it.
Just another murder Monday.
Yeah, that's good.
Got some more crime here. A 23-year-old guy in Oklahoma ran from the cops last Thursday when they tried to pull him over for not wearing a seatbelt.
Damn.
Then he crashed his truck, took off on foot, and hid in a pile of manure for several hours before they found him.
All over not wearing a seatbelt.
Not wearing a seatbelt. He hides in a big pile of dung.
Something tells me he was drunk.
It sounds like he might have been.
He was running, not trying to get a DUI.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Another interesting story here. A Vermont man used an excavator to attempt to stop state troopers from arresting his son, Brandon Talman.
I saw the video of this. It was bizarre.
Yeah, the cops are there to arrest his son, and he hops into this excavator. It's got a big old bucket thing on it. The cops are trying to get to the kid, and he's swinging the bucket toward the troopers. It's all on a dash cam video that they had, so you might see the viral video of it today.
I did.
Yeah, it's a weird video.
It's very weird. It looks like he's trying to operate this thing, but he doesn't know how to operate it.
Yeah, right. It's just wildly flailing around. They arrested his son while trying to avoid the swinging machinery, and then they finally got to him and arrested him. He got resisting arrest, impeding and reckless endangerment, and aggravated assault on a protected official.
Yeah, you can't take an excavator and try to knock cops over with it.
No, and somehow his wife jumped in too because she got charged.
How do you think that's going to go at the end? Like, y'all didn't think this through?
Yeah, he just
the cops
said,
are going to call for
boy.
backup, and you all are going to get arrested.
Crazy, right? Here's another nut job. 20-year-old woman is facing multiple charges for her meltdown at a Wendy's in Lehigh Acres, Florida. Shamia Tillman went through the drive-thru but wasn't happy with her order, so she goes inside, starts a fight with employees, then starts throwing food and drinks.
Oh, girl.
They're trying to calm her down, and then she bit the index finger of one of the female employees so hard it broke the skin.
Oh, my gosh.
And there's a DoorDash driver there. He's waiting to pick up an order, so he steps in, tries to calm her down. And then he gets smacked.
At least he didn't get bit.
You're just a DoorDash guy. You just want to pick up the meal and deliver it and be peaceful.
Yeah, she takes the iPhone Max Pro out of his hand and throws it at an employee's head.
Damn.
Then she was put in the back seat of a squad car and begins kicking and screaming. And then when a deputy came to try to calm her down, she spit in his face.
Oh, it's not going to go well for her.
Yeah, no. Why are people so freaking nuts?
That sounds like bath salts.
It's over fast food.
I have a theory. It's the one decision in their life they can control. They feel, and they just lose their mind
You're
over
right. And there's so many other things that are out of control.
Yes.
There's a 60-year-old guy in Alabama got caught with meth last Thursday while wearing a T-shirt that said, "I'm too good for drugs." Okay, that's fun.
I mean, that's what you want.
He thought he would throw them off with the shirt.
For whacked out news, that's what you want.
Yeah. And listen to this. There's a 14-year-old in London that sneezed out a coin that he had shoved up his nose when he was 4. That had been up his nose for 10 years, and he goes, "Hachoo," and boing, this coin comes out.
Oh, can you imagine the relief?
There's a lot of stories like that where people are going to the doctor, or all of a sudden an old Hot Wheels tires coming out of their nose because they put it back in the 80s.
That's crazy.
You sneeze it out 10 years later.
I wonder what it looked like. Oh, I wonder what was on it.
The one person, I think it was a toy wheel, they said their breathing, everything felt so much better after.
Wow.
And I'm wondering if we could get that for the next time Virginia plays Bueno or Malo.
You want to shove a wheel up my nose?
No.
It's been in a kid's mouth or nose for 10 years.
She gets either ice cream cake or I don't know, maybe some crawfish. You love crawfish. Good or gooder.
Are you holding on to anything?
Oh, I'm holding on to it. It's so hard.
Someone's got a grudge.
Yeah.
Your Italian is showing. Tuck it back in.
Don't you tell me how to do my Italian.
Well, there have been a couple really high-end houses that have been sold here. I don't know if you heard Netscape co-founder Jim Clark had bought a massive estate last year south of Palm Beach. And it's expected to sell, or I think did sell, for around $175 million.
Wow.
I was just trying to wonder, I mean, if you're a realtor and you make that deal, how much commission do you get, and then how set are you?
So they negotiate. When you buy a house like that, you don't pay regular commission. You have a deal with the agent that, like, you're going to pay this. And if they want it, they get the listing. And if they don't want it, they don't.
So Ryan Beckett does kind of high-end sales like that. And I've asked him that before, too, what all the commission is.
Yeah.
So, and you can make a really, really nice, a lot of money right there.
Big chunk in one
yeah,
deal.
you can.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying it's going to be $1 million.
But commissions are negotiable based on all parties agreeing.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm just kind of curious. We asked the question on our Facebook page. I like to throw it out there, too. Realtors, what is the most expensive home you've sold?
Ooh, yeah.
Just kind of curious what the deal is.
And what
like
you
that.
make off of that.
I think he told me that a long time ago.
Yeah, maybe text him, find out, because I'd like to hear from him or anybody else. It's just crazy how much money goes around in real estate in South Florida. It seems like every third person I know is a realtor now.
Well, I mean, it's a smart thing to be, because think about it when you go to buy or sell your own house. I mean, think of the money you would save right then and there.
I just wonder, I mean, how many of them are really making any serious cash? Because, you know, you read these stories about these high-end homes and you're like, oh my gosh, I mean, imagine if you did that. I imagine you could pretty much make your entire year worth of money just in one home sale. And especially if you did this sale, the guy who founded Netscape, he's one of the co-founders, Jim Clark is his name.
What's Netscape?
Netscape used to be a navigation, kind of like how you would have
Chrome?
Yeah, Chrome or anything like that. Netscape was really one of the originals that was out there.
Okay.
Yeah, when you were trying to navigate the internet. He also got into WebMD and Shutterfly.
Oh.
And so he has just, a ton of money. $2.9 billion is what his estimated net worth is.
Yeah, new rule. Virginia's never allowed on WebMD ever again. She can't look up diseases ever again.
Okay.
Oh, I go straight to panic.
Oh, my God.
So this guy, Jim Clark, who brought that to you, he just made the largest home sale in Florida last week. $175 million roundabout there for a big old massive estate that he had just bought last year. It's south of Palm Beach near the Boynton Inlet in Manalapan. The buyer has not been identified, but the multiple buildings on this property offer nearly 85,000 square feet of living space inside and out, 33 bedrooms.
What?
33 bedrooms.
It's a hotel.
34 bathrooms and 13 called powder rooms.
Damn.
Good
What's
heavens.
a powder room? Is that just a fancier name? way to...
It's a place where you go do your coke in private.
That's it.
Wow, they have so many cocaine rooms.
I think a powder room means like no tub. I don't know.
Is that just a fancier way of saying,
bathroom?
We poop over here, fancy style? Is that what a powder room is?
We poop and powder comes out.
$175 million.
Damn, Jim.
Yeah, I'd be kind of curious what you're talking about if you're a realtor and you have that deal. How does it all break down? How does it work? That's why I'm kind of curious to talk to a realtor, because there's always just every day there's a story about another house. There was even one, I don't know if you know North Bay Road there in Miami Beach. There's a lot of celebrities that live there.
Okay.
And in fact, there's a 2-story gated property with 11 bedrooms, 12 full baths, and 3 half baths that just was listed for $30 million. It's the same mansion Jennifer Lopez was renting out for $130,000 a month.
Damn.
Remember when she was all shacked up with A-Rod?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a 10,000 square foot place right on the water, of course. And I'm like, okay, how much does that deal go for? Just got a lot of questions on this. Now, Ryan Beckett, a friend of the show here on Jaybird's Weird and Whatever podcast, that's what he does, some of the high-end real estate. I'm just kind of curious for all the questions that we have. Welcome to the show here, Ryan.
Thank you, guys. Miss you guys.
Aw, we miss you,
man.
too.
Good hearing from you.
In case you didn't see him, he was on, were you on The Bachelor or The Bachelorette?
So I was on The Bachelorette, and then I was glutton for punishment, so I did Bachelor in Paradise. I say even ABC couldn't find me a wife.
Aww. They don't have ugly guys on The Bachelorette. Let me just say that.
They have all types.
Yeah, no, Virginia's always talking about how great looking you are, Beckett. She really is.
I appreciate it.
The last time she saw you, she was eating a meat sandwich, and you were right there, and some meat juice got all over her face, and she just was so devastated. Oh, Ryan Beckett saw me eat a meat sandwich, and I got meat juice all over my face. Oh, he's so hot.
Well, you were right there, and I know, like, you're a vegetarian, and I was going to town on these ribs, and I turn around, and I've got meat hanging off my lip. It wasn't my best moment.
Nothing short of
gross. I wasn't even mad. I was impressed.
Really?
No, he texted me how disgusted he was.
I'm sorry.
So how does this work when you've got a $175 million estate that is sold? Is that going to one person? Do they get money for that? How does that break down? Do you have any idea how a deal like that could possibly work, Ryan?
Yeah, so most real estate transactions have a overall 6% fee. Now that gets chalked up a lot. So the listing agent and the buyer's agent will usually split that 3 and 3. And if they're with a brokerage, which they usually are, and if they're not out on their own, they have their own split with the house. So of 3%, they'll get anywhere from 60 to 90% of that 3. Now, when you talk about a $175 million deal,
yeah,
usually the seller, when they have the listing, they hold a lot of leverage. So on those size of deals, you negotiate the commission down, not always, but generally speaking. So it might be a total of 4%, so 2 and 2.
Okay.
Because it's so much money.
That's right. And I will tell you this, that a $175 million deal isn't necessarily more work than a $5 million deal. In fact, I would make a case that the higher you go up in price point, sometimes the easier the deal is, because you get the deal to a certain point as a realtor and you hand it off to the attorneys. When you deal on more like the middle range, like a $500,000 house, like that I'm working with a friend on, you got to worry about the mortgage getting approved, and there's all kinds of nuances that doesn't typically present itself at that size of a deal, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So it's always better to deal in the millions.
It is. On the other side, what I'll tell this, you probably heard that quote. When you go to a mechanic or you guys as radio professionals, any expert in the business, you're not paying them for that service. You're paying for them all the experience they built up over the last 15 years. And 10% of the realtors are doing 90% of the business. There's a reason why that agent was able to secure that listing for $175 million over all of the sharks that were also trying to get it, if that makes sense.
I had heard that because that's what I noticed. Like I said, about every third person I know now is a realtor. And I was just wondering, it seems like a lot of them are just running around, and I'm just wondering how many people are actually making money. And I now of several people that were a realtor and are no longer are realtors. Are you seeing a lot of that, Beckett, people who are trying to jump in because they see a story about a $175 million mansion and they think that they're going to get their hands on it?
That's right. And remember, I got into the business in 2005, so I had part of the crazy market before the bottom dropped out in the recession. Similar cycle. When everything was crazy, everyone thought they'd get their real estate license, become an instant millionaire. And then as soon as the recession happens, that kind of, separates the professionals from the weekend warriors, and a bunch of attrition happens in the industry for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. And a lot of people look at it, to use another industry analogy, they look at Cindy Crawford as a model, and they're like, oh, that's what models make. You're like, wait, hang on, that's like 0.5% that do it. Most models struggle. So there's a lot of analogies in other industries that are similar.
Especially us plus-size models. Can I get a hell yeah, girl?
Hell yeah.
Beckett's not plus size.
No, but
it was the best swimsuit. It was the best swimsuit spread I've ever seen.
Oh, you're talking about the Kardashian recreation that Jaybird did?
Yeah, it was epic.
Yeah, she was tasty.
Thanks, guys.
Becca, can you say what is the most expensive deal you've closed on?
Yeah, so I deal a lot of equestrian properties, so they don't hold a candle to the Manalapan, Palm Beach ones. But I can tell you one I did real recently. I did a luxury horse farm in Wellington for $10.3 recently.
Okay.
And what do you
$10,300,000.
And what do you clear on that? If we may be so bold, what does a Beckett take home?
Well, so that would be around $300,000.
Wow. Dude, you so need to bring pizza over for the next weird and whatever. I am not ordering anymore.
But I'll give you guys another side of it. I'm also a broker owner, and I just recently wrote my biggest check that I've ever written to one of my agents. That sale was on the island, and her commission check was $287,000. So she's on a 90% split. So the brokerage on that, just to give you guys a little bit more color on how like the inside baseball of the business works. So then the brokerage, our brokerage, keeps $27,000 of that sale.
Wow, and you didn't have to do really anything. She did all the work.
She did all the work. So you can look at it as a snapshot and be like, oh man, brokers are, basically like pimps. They're taking a cut of everyone's business. But there's all kinds of things that lead up in terms of support and tools and whatever.
You got to run the business and all that.
Yeah, and the other side is they don't see what realtors do and don't make any money for their time. Like you could work for 6 months and people don't buy something, or they go to an open house and buy something without you. That happens a lot. So there's a lot of time that realtors and brokers spend where they don't get compensated at all. They literally work for free. So it all kind of balances out, I would say.
Ryan Beckett, if you look at your year as a higher-end realtor here in South Florida, about how many deals do you need to make a year? If you start off your year, say, I need 2 solid deals, or how many deals do you have to make in a year to make the money you want?
Right, so it depends what kind of business you're in. So I'm in low volume, high price point. So it takes a lot more of my time to like nurture those relationships. Like I'm like very close friends with most of my equestrian clients. So it's only a handful of deals to make my year. That said, if you're on a different business model, you do high volume, you got to do a ton of them to hit the same thing, but you have less volatility in your business because you're doing a numbers game of volume, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Beckett, we have Astros Ohms in the chat room. He comes out with a comment that says, realtors are crooks. Your response?
Well, I would say it's a free market and it's capitalist. So there's always an entrepreneur or even a realtor today that could go in and say, hey, I'm going to charge you 2%. I'm going to charge you. There's some I just entered Ocala. There's some realtors up there that charge 8%. So I would make a case, sure, some people look at realtors like harlots in some regards, but it's a free market. So if someone, an entrepreneur, has a way to do it better, cheaper, more efficiently, love to see it. Love to see it happen.
Okay.
All right.
Some fascinating stuff. We had some people on our Facebook page commenting about how much money they have made on deals. Like Michael said that his biggest deal was an apartment building turned to condo, Bay Reach, Lake Park, $33 million.
Yeah,
I used to live there.
Big money in Lake Park, Kev. It's old money.
It's on the water, so some of those units actually overlook the intercoastal.
Yeah, now that wouldn't go to one person, would it, Beckett?
No, it wouldn't go to one person. Commercial real estate's also on another, kind of a whole nother
different
tier.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah. I actually know one of the developers that's developing Nautilus in Lake Park. They're going in and buying up a lot of those properties and trying to bring Lake Park up to where a lot of people think it should be based on how amazing of a location Lake Park is.
Yeah, I was talking to some heavy hitters about pizza and calzones in Lake Park, and no, you're right, it's up and coming, and we do need more Strombolis.
He didn't say anything about Strombolis.
Very informative stuff. Ryan Beckett, thank you very much for letting us know what it's like.
Yeah.
Of course. Anytime, guys.
Yeah.
All those looks and all those smarts. You are the package.
All right. Take it easy. Yeah. I might report you to HR.
I'm not scared.
I know you're not.
10% of the realtors are making 90% of the money. I'm not at all surprised by that. Yeah. Well, you had heard on Friday Jaybird was going to be having a date with a KVJ Nationer that had actually put in a good chunk of money to help us get to our $200,000 that we were trying to raise for the Bahamas after that hurricane a couple of years ago in the Great 48. And then the pandemic hit and they weren't able to get to the date. And then finally it was going to be going down this weekend.
Friday happy hour. Taking it to Cucina Cabana.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sarah is her name, and she is very, very cool.
Yeah, she was awesome. She brought gifts. She's very, very kind, and we do appreciate her donation to a great cause. It was awesome.
If you missed earlier, there was all kinds of interesting things that happened. Bird thought that Denny's was going to come over. They were going to pregame. Virginia's going to pick them up. It's going to be a very fun time.
I was going to get there early.
Yeah.
We were all going to party at Jaybird's house early for a pregame. But
I had such a thing going. I had music playing. I had guitars out.
You're all ready to go.
Oh, was I? I was making myself whiskeys.
And then Denny's can't get there for the pregame. When Virginia picks you up, she's odd. Apparently her daughter was going through some problems when she had her wisdom teeth pulled. So Virginia then starts breaking out and crying. And you're like, okay, so all of a sudden what was going to be awesome is now you're a couple whiskeys in trying to comfort Virginia on your way to the date.
She wasn't crying, dog. She was bawling. I had never seen her ever act like this, and I've known her for 18 plus years.
Yeah.
I knew I had to go into Peaceful Bird. I had to go into trying to make her feel better because now she's operating the vehicle.
Yeah.
Driving and crying.
I mean, weeping.
So
this is seconds before we're meeting Sarah.
Oh,
literally. We're
seconds.
4 blocks from the restaurant.
So I'm trying to just, all right, don't go into this thing looking all, sad. It was rough. I'm not going to lie, dog. That part of the night was rough.
That was rough.
Yes.
So you finally got through it to it. Virginia had talked about where you guys were going to be and when, and so I guess a couple other people came and joined you and sat down at the table with you for this date that has now grown to, 7+ people?
No, there's 8 people on this
8
date.
People. 8 people.
But that's probably good, too, because you don't want it to be all awkward and weird either. Everything worked out good.
It was fun.
How was the response from Sarah? We heard any word? Did she have a good time?
She had a great
was she
time.
Happy she made the investment?
She and I have been messaging all weekend, and she's into a lot of the same things that Jaybird is, like aliens and just funny, silly stuff. So they were telling alien stories, and she was sending me more alien videos this weekend. She had a good time, so I was very happy at the end of it. It started with tears, ended with smiles.
Well, that's always good.
Yeah, it did take me out of my game for a minute, but it all got back on track.
Well, as we were telling you, Friday, kind of a crazy, drama-filled weekend for Jaybird. He had the date on Friday. Virginia was a little bit upset. Magnolia had her wisdom teeth pulled, and she come back thinking that maybe she'd hit a nerve. And
they did hit a nerve. The doctor told me he hit a nerve.
And you were thinking what, like her face was going to be paralyzed?
Well, yeah, because I went on WebMD, and it says when they hit a nerve during wisdom teeth extraction, the bottom half of your face can be paralyzed for life.
See, that's where the confusion was. She was crying so much, and I'm not at all trying to pick a fight with you, Virginia. You were making it sound like that the doctors had told you that there was a chance Magnolia was going to have this.
No, they did not tell me that.
That's how it appeared when I was in the car.
No, you asked me that, and I told you, no, the doctor did not say that. I did the research and saw that. And Panda told me that he knew somebody that happened to, that they had their wisdom teeth pulled out, the oral surgeon hit a nerve, and then they were paralyzed.
I'm not trying to...
Their face.
Like I said, I'm not trying to pick a fight with you. That's what I thought. The way it all went down, that's what I'm walking into the restaurant thinking that. I didn't realize that it was more of an internet scare on your end. But it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. So I just that's why I was concerned.
So then that was Friday. You dealt with that. A couple of whiskeys to knock that back, though.
But Magnolia is okay.
Yeah, so she got feeling back in her lip on Saturday. And I was just like, oh my God, thank God.
She healing otherwise okay? Everything good?
Yeah.
As far as it should go?
You know, I mean, it's 4 wisdom teeth, so she's definitely dramatic about it.
Well, that'd be tough. That's a tough road
It's
to
a
go.
lot. It's a lot.
That is. And then, Bird, you said that there was drama over a baby bird that had happened.
Yeah. So I guess there's a nest at this. This is a friend of a family that they were having this birthday party. They're having a bunch of birthdays.
It's a Saturday.
It's a Saturday. Yeah, a bunch of kids are there, and there's a lot of people that I don't know. It's just a lot. So I'm there to maybe do a pop. Hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
I was like, happy birthday. Here's the present, and they have a bird's nest in one of the trees, okay?
Okay.
And I guess the baby bird of the nest fell out.
Oh.
And the kids were freaking out, and then one of the kids picked up the baby bird, and then the teenager that was there starts freaking out and freaks everybody out. Humans cannot touch a bird. If a human touches a bird, the parents of the baby bird doesn't want the bird anymore. So there is, people are Googling, and there's this big debate on there.
Yeah.
And I go, okay, you guys got this. I'm out.
Yeah, it's probably a good thing to get out of there.
My mom always told me, don't touch a baby bird, because if you do, the mama will kill it and eat it.
That was the major debate. This teenager's going around this party. These other kids are 7 or 8.
Yeah.
The mom's gonna eat the bird. The mom's gonna hate the bird.
You touched it now. You've made the mama want to eat it and kill it.
This one kid starts crying. Oh, the bird.
Well, that's what my mom told me growing up. I don't know if that's true or
I
not.
think it's an old wives' tales. Yeah, I don't think parent birds recognize their young by smell, and they don't abandon a baby if it's been touched by humans. That's what they would say.
Okay.
Your mom told you that, but yeah, I don't believe any truth to that.
Well, one person was trying to say, yo, I know about birds. The bird's going to be fine. You're freaking everybody out.
I am Jaybird.
I didn't say that. Somebody else who knew.
Calm down, everyone. Jaybird is here.
I was over by the snack section just watching everything.
You were looking for the vodka.
I was looking for the door is what I was looking for. Going, why is everyone crying this weekend?
There's a lot of crying and fighting, a lot of drama this weekend.
See, you should have stayed home.
Yeah. I warned
told
y'all
you.
on Fridays. We closed off the After the Show podcast. I'm like, just go home and hide, and that's what I did.
The witch is right, Kevin. I'm staying indoors.
Yes. It's so weird because South Florida is one of the coldest states I think I've lived in. It's just this time of year, buildings are freezing.
Do not walk back in the sales area here because part of the AC is broke. They brought in all these mobile AC units, and I don't know. The air is funky. All kind of people are getting sick. It's weird.
I tell you what, though, that one air condition, if you had one room, you would be freezing. It would do real nice.
Yeah.
If you walk by, it's a cold air condition unit.
He's going to be sick tomorrow. You stood in front of it and let it blow on you.
I walked by it.
We asked who works in the coldest office because there are plenty of cold ones, and interesting to see some of the comments on the KVJ Show Facebook page. Allison said, my husband works at FP&L, and on Friday he sent me a picture of his purple frozen fingernails.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, that's indoors. He's just working indoors. There's a lot of places they're setting it in maybe the mid 60s to low 60s. Some people have to use heated blankets or heaters under their desk, and this is in the heat of summer.
What does the Ralstons do for their house temp? What's your average?
We go to about 72, 73, somewhere around
Are
there.
you noticing the last month your bill's gone up a little bit?
It does,
definitely.
By a good amount?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ours goes up astronomically.
During the summer.
You're talking an extra 40?
Kids are home all day. So where normally I would have the AC where it goes up to like 76, 77 when we're all out of the house, there's never a time when we're all out of the house. So you just run it constantly. And I have the most insensitive children that don't care about the power bill. They'll put it at 69 and then wink at me.
You should have brought them to our sensitivity training.
Yeah. It's crazy. So if you want to go vent, if you're in a very cold office, you can. Just jump on the KVJ Show Facebook page, subscribe while you're there. I was trying to see because I wanted to see if there was any kind of way to determine on your iPhone. There are, I guess, special measurement devices you can buy, and then there's an app that goes with it. So if you want to get what the temperature and even humidity is, where it is you're standing, because, you'll go onto an app and it'll tell you what the forecast is, but it's not saying where you're standing, what the temperature is right now. Which I thought was kind of a cool thing, so I'm going to have to go look on that.
Okay, let me know if you want to go shopping.
Yeah, I'll have to do a little shopping. You can probably do something you do online. But,
So he don't want to go.
We can sit online together.
He's not going shopping with you.
I don't think it's really something you go get at Walmart.
We invited him to happy hour. He didn't show up for that either.
Yeah, well, you missed a lot of tears, Kevin.
Yeah, it sounds like I missed a hoot.
No, it was a fun night.
It was fun. As soon as we got there, I tried to put it together.
Okay.
I did not cry at the table.
Okay.
No.
I saved that for the car for Jason.
I could just feel her sadness because she sat right next to me.
All right, we got the After the Show podcast going to be coming up here in just a couple of minutes. Before we get to that, Bird, if you'd wrap us up with your thought for the day.
Know your worth. You must find the courage to leave the table if respect is no longer being served.
Oh, damn. That's the Beyonce song. Yeah, that's what she sings about. The new Beyonce song.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah, it's all about that.
Kind of feel like Virginia kind of hijacked my thought. Kind of thought I nailed it. Then I don't know.
Is he had to go off about Beyonce?
Go cry.
The KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.